Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Benefactor at Chaotic Neutral Games. I'm Simon, your DM for tonight, as we join Kate, Felicia, Nick, Corinne, and Rodrigo with their adventures in Illyria. Don't forget that you can help or indeed hinder by using your channel points in the game. Check out the options in the chat bar. You can also join the chaos by clicking the Discord link below. Well, I say below, it's in the channel notes, so don't worry if you're watching this by VOD. If you're watching this on YouTube, pop over to the Twitch stream and you'll find it there. You can also support us in what we're doing by becoming a subscriber. So let's rejoin the players as they play episode 104 of The Benefactor. And welcome back, and welcome to our players. I do assure you that Nick is with us. He's struggling with his webcam at the moment. So Kate has put a...
What do you mean? That's exactly what Nick looks like all the time.
Yeah, he is blue. And, well, turquoise.
I'm not blue!
He's green!
Turquoise.
But bluey green.
Yes, the correct term is green daddy, okay? So
Okay, that is true.
Green daddy.
Turquoise is a mix of blue and green.
we all know
Look,
that turquoise...
if I can't see it, it doesn't exist.
Yeah, I was going to say, everybody knows that turquoise is a conspiracy. It's okay, Nick.
It's teal.
Along
man.
with teal.
Oh, shut up! Teal's good.
Teal is not a real color.
I like teal.
Fuck off.
I would say that's teal to a certain degree. It's just a little less blue. It's more greeny than...
It's
more
also like
turquoise than
maroon.
teal.
Maroon is not a color.
Teal.
Maroon
Maroon is the thing we do to you when we throw you on an island.
Yeah.
I might change my shirt midstream out of fucking spite. Not gonna lie.
Do it. Go for it. Just don't show any nipples on Twitch. That's the only thing.
No.
Yep. I thought man nipples was okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, they're
And
not.
to be
No, I
honest,
think-
like...
Rodrigo, crack out the
That's not-
pasties. We know you've got them. Just, yeah. Right, so...
So...
okay, that was a start. Anyway.
There was.
When we left off, you guys had done a little bit of a Groundhog Day. Well, you're in the middle of one, being that you went dream hunting. And this was mentioned a little ways back with the Fey Knights all charging off gallantly on their horses, but not exactly explaining what dream hunting was until I put Cora and managed to incorporate you all on her first dream hunt. The dream hunt in this case was that she was following what the Fae call the Walker, that is a dreaming mortal person, and followed their dreams as they carried on reliving something over and over and over again in their head. Thank you, everybody, by the way, for not pointing out that elves don't dream, they trance. He was recalling something during his trance. So yes, you had managed to interact with this guy whilst he was dreaming, as he recalled over and over again a fevered vision, if you will, a fevered trance. This harrowing ordeal that happened to him long ago. Once you followed him to a part where the dream would mostly stop, because it was only seen through his perception, you started pulling the threads together of other memories, other dreams, other recollections related to it. You also brought your bloodhounds, as the Summer King pointed out. First of all, Glory and Eclipse, and then later on, Iden and Farewell. As dreamers, walkers themselves, they were able to put their own twist on things. Everybody knows that in dreams, you do whatever seems to fit the narrative. And so, tethered to you as a Fey Knight, they just did what they would normally do. They started using their spells, they started using their skills to defeat traps that may or may not exist in real life. And as a result, you found yourself in a scene where a Djinn, tall, blue-skinned, eyes like crystals and hair like mist, admonished the Witch Queen for trying to reconnect with her, telling her that she's a hollow husk and she has no emotion, no passion, no drive that interests the Djinn into creating a bond. After looking into it a little more and speaking to the dream version of the Djinn, very important, that part, you've never actually spoken to them. You got as much as you could determine from the dream recollections, and that is how people think the Djinn would answer. It was very important to not place knowledge there that other people wouldn't know. And by other people, I mean other people who are capable of dreaming. You passed through a town, fobbed off a herald, and carried on through, pressing forward to go and visit the Djinn's tribute. It's kind of a temple. It's mostly a summoning chamber that was created, beautiful, ornate, by one of her previous contractees. We did say at the beginning of this session, you will have arrived. And so that's where you are now.
Mm.
The caravan stops at the top of an open quarry. The quarry is long since disused. Soil and dirt has been washed into the cracks and crevices of the rock faces, the exposed rock, and plants have long since started to reclaim the area. However, it's patchy, and you can still see that other than a small, I guess, giant puddle, it's not a lake or a pond, certainly nothing lives in there at the moment. It's very much the quarry that it was before, just dilapidated. You can see that it's a quarry for good, hard stone, granite. You can see that the rock in the local area doesn't have any cross seams going through it. It doesn't seem to crack or burr. Looking at it, you're almost certain that this was once populated by dwarves. From your recollections, there's 3 large shard rocks that broke from the cliff face that you ended up having to weave through to go and get to the entrance. You can see them in the distance. You have to leave the caravan behind here, but getting through the quarry and picking your way through the rocks will take less than 10 minutes, and you'll be able to keep the caravan in sight at all times. What would you like to do?
You know, I'm really disappointed the whole, puppet and image show didn't work better. I really thought that would translate better.
Yeah. I don't know. Are we not making Glory look menacing enough? Or
I don't
are we,
know. I mean, well, it doesn't
In my
help
honest
that it's-
opinion, I think you put too much effort into it. I think that's what detracted from.
You think it's overproduced?
They probably
I think
think
it's
it's
overproduced.
yeah. I think they're looking at it as entertainment, and they're not really seeing the message underneath.
That's really disappointing.
Well,
I mean, 'cause I know it's difficult, when you look at her and you just think, oh, look, Tiefling in a very nice dress, very pretty. And you don't see the whole, she can melt you in less than 6 seconds. But
What?
I really thought that conveyed
Yeah, but the way you do
Maybe
it,
we-
you're missing the forests for the acid ball.
I feel like we should find a way to put on a smaller demonstration because it goes from here is an
yell at
image of
them.
what's going to happen, and then it just happens instead of here, look, let me just take this small I don't know, plant and acid attack it and see what damage it does, and this will happen
Why
to
don't
you.
we just
Maybe.
move on?
Well, we do.
Like,
we keep moving
what
on.
are they
and,
going to? What are they going to do to us if we continue moving on?
Well, it's
They
Oh,
true.
they
don't
shoot-
know-
They block the path sometimes, though. So
Yeah. And it's not just that as well. It's for me, it's the back-breaking labor afterwards. I mean, 18. In the time it took us to leave the village and get here, 18 separate graves.
can we? Maybe. Okay, I'm not. No offense, Glory. I don't want to put the blame on you or anything, but maybe we could try
I mean, I
not
will.
killing them and just.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
you
like,
can have this
move-
conversation. I'm staying out of this one.
But they're in our way. And
So
it
we
just
moved them out
fastest
the way. I could
way.
literally probably headbutt them all unconscious really quickly, and we don't have to even murder
Let's
them.
just-
We just push them
I
to one
mean,
side.
Let's
I could
just
get
book
the,
it. Even if they have the road closed, what are they going to do? Throw themselves into in front of a stampeding caravan?
The Pegasus
You
could
know-
probably just move them all in one go very easily, or we just sweep them all onto the carpet and just dump them. Like I'm sure we could. Have
I mean,
some
when
sort
they
of...
shoot you with crossbow bolts and I have to pull them out of you later and stitch you up, I'm
Listen-
going to remind
listen-
you just when you just said
Listen,
carry
Fair-
on running.
Listen, Farewell. One, that won't be a problem if I'm inside the caravan. Two, I literally
Oh,
tanked.
so I get shot with the crossbow bolts.
Oh, actually, now I gotten this new spell. It's called Hypnotic Pattern, and it can make people go go, and I use it on Aiden.
Oh shit!
Aiden, make a wisdom saving throw.
I would just like to
I
point
need
out that
to.
our cat has learned to spell
Glitter ball.
laser dot.
Oh, laser
So
dot.
it,
Yeah.
it's or
I need
it's
to
just the
find
big eyes.
something.
No,
I'm
no,
pretty
what-
sure I had something for against charming effects, but I don't know. I'm just gonna do it normally.
Yeah.
it's,
It's
it's
when-
it's not like
It's when Eclipse looks at somebody and you just hear like in like proper shonen mode, you
Motherfucker,
just hear
8.
Sharingan.
Wait.
Now
Yeah,
Aiden is
hey.
now going woo, just staring into space.
With a gesture, Eclipse makes this beautiful ball of light that seems to be pointing in
Vaporwave
the-
is playing in Aiden's head. Even though that's a thing at this point.
Yeah. There is a 6'3" water genasi that appears behind her and leans down and just goes 18 graves. And you could have done this from the beginning.
Just learned it.
18 graves.
No, I just learned this yesterday. It's new.
Do I believe her? Let's have a look.
I'm not lying.
I mean, like I've had the ability to charm people for a long
Yeah.
time. Never ever really used it. I've never used
so
my Frey presence at all.
no roll required. Farewell. You know that this cat doesn't lie. She's never lied.
That there is a moment where like it's just like I'm gonna throttle her, and then I'm gonna throttle the other one, but then I'd have to dig more graves, and that is not what we want today.
I mean, you know, no one's stopping you from trying to stop her from melting them. You know, we're all trying to not kill them most of the time. Like, I'm
Ew,
pretty
and Flex is
sure...
trying to goes, wasn't that what the light show was all about?
Yeah, no, but that's not enough. You gotta stop the person from actually throwing the acid. Maybe. The actual murder part is the important
I'm just
bit if you
saying
don't want
it's,
to dig graves.
It's more effective.
I mean, it's quicker. We get, the show does go on for a little bit too long. Maybe that's the other thing. Maybe they lose interest in the light show and they don't quite again see that there's a point.
I mean, at
to
least
it.
an intermission.
Yeah,
Also,
well,
farewell. So I can only do that 2 times today, and I've used my first one, so I can only do that once more today.
right.
I mean, is he gonna be all right? Because he's not blinked for the last couple of minutes.
It
How
lasts
long
for a
does this-
minute. It only lasts for a minute. But...
Yeah. But when people say a couple of minutes, they usually mean about 40 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just it's the whole click you sort of click your fingers in front of his eyes just to see if he blinks or anything. It's like
You can see the light starting to fade. And by the way, Farewell, I'm assuming that when you go up to him, you're keeping your back to the light.
yeah. I'm smart enough to know that when there's a charm effect going on, not to look at it. Stare at the floor, walk up to the person.
Yep.
Everybody okay?
Eyes completely glazed over. I staring into the distance. Zero response.
The light fades, and you're pretty sure you remember what she did. You remember her. You remember going, look, and light appearing, and then a loss of time.
I am going to beat you to death.
She goes and puts her head on your shoulder and purrs loudly.
Aiden's voice is cold and seething. It's probably taking all self-restraint not to actually go ape shit.
Right.
Great, this is going well. Anyway, we seem to be here.
What were you doing here again?
This is, in theory, where
Something,
the Djinn
something,
is.
dream, witch queen.
Oh yeah, the Djinn. Oh, are we really prepared to deal with the Djinn?
Actually, yeah,
No.
Simon. I was about to say. I don't know if I'm allowed to do like a bit. God fucking damn it! I don't know if I'm allowed to do a bit of a retcon roll.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, if you wanted to, I don't know when it became a verb, but if you want to blades for some of the for some of the time that you spent on the road, absolutely,
Yeah.
looking things out.
I want to say that Aiden. Obviously, the Djinn are not his area of expertise, but at the same time, I want to say that he was probably going to work on a trump card in case things went south, just in case type of thing on the way over.
Sure.
So I don't know if it would be like me researching something or making or, grabbing something on the road. I don't know.
I'll allow one of two things. You can either state the type of thing that you're looking for, or you can tell me what skill that you're going to use, and I'll tell you what you come up with.
I was looking for the equivalent of cross, holy water, or iron, right? So like a cross or holy water to deter vampires, and iron to deter the fae, that sort of thing, right? But for the Djinn, just a little something in case things start going bad.
Okay. You know that the thing that a Djinn, and this is just from your background, you know that the thing that a Djinn cannot. That there are certain rituals that they have to adhere to. So there's a ritual to get a Djinn to turn up and answer a certain number of questions. The principle being that you never ask the last question, or they will, because the second that you ask the last question, they will answer it, and then are free to do what they want, which is normally tear your arms off and make you eat them.
Right.
The Djinn are known for coldness, cruelty. At the good ones just do the whole monkey's paw thing and are tricksters. The bad ones are cold, cruel elementals. They are all about ego, and the act of even summoning them can piss them off.
How many questions again?
There's a ritual that allows you to ask 5 questions, but after that, no one must ask the last question of them from those.
So you
present
basically
during the
get
summoning.
4. So you basically
You get 4, but you can't
Right.
even by accident turn around
Right.
and say, so where are you going from here? At which point
What-
she goes, well, I'm going a few meters in front
Can
of
I
you and I'm going to tear your arms off.
roll? Can I roll to see if I know how to perform that ritual?
If you want to go for that one specifically, that's fine. Every Djinn has normally a form of bonding, bonding to that person, but that is a contract. And after that, there's binding, where you can bind them to a particular area for a certain period of time.
Okay.
That last one
Bind them.
is the hardest.
Of course it is.
You wouldn't stand a chance. You wouldn't stand a chance. People take years to be able to bind their own personal Djinn into a place so that they can keep them as an ace in the hole.
Okay, so what is the feasible thing to do right now?
The question one is the easiest one.
Okay. All right. So, when this comes up, Aiden is going to say, "Okay, the Djinns are generally assholes, but they're but they're compulsive assholes. What they like to do is basically they will act all courteous and answer any questions or do any requests you want. Usually it's like 5 questions. However, if we want to live here completely intact and not at all scarred either physically or mentally, we should not even passingly ask the last question. So even if we get 5, we technically only get 4, and then that last question we don't ask it. Otherwise, she will get free pass to do whatever she wants with us, and not in a nice way. Immediately, eyes glory.
So for this
Makes
roll,
sense.
Aiden, you can choose one person to help you. You will roll the first. They will roll the second. It's going to be a split help rather than just giving you advantage.
I'm gonna say, help me out, Glory.
Okay.
Okay. So Glory has gone through formal summoning training.
Duh.
So that's an arcane roll from you, Glory, and an arcane roll from you, Aiden.
I technically have advantage of that because of Hunter's Bane, but I don't. Just straight roll.
I'll give you advantage, actually. I will give
Okay.
you advantage. So you're kind of getting split advantage and advantage. I'll give you that.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Fucking amazing. That's a 15. I rolled a
Oh.
1 and a 5.
Good that you asked the arcane train to help you.
Yeah.
So that's a 24.
Okay. So between the two of you, Aiden, you get the basics of this kind of contract. You've seen contracts that bind undead, contracts that bind fiends and things like
Infernals,
that.
yeah.
But this is a little twisty because of the primordial edge. You're not a primordial hunter. Nobody in your clan has been a primordial hunter. So you're struggling. At that point, because Glory, when she was trained to summon, she probably was trained by a wizard, Insight, and Insight probably showed her how to summon a fire elemental and get her to study red elemental gem and things like that. And so, she comes in and starts giving her own flourish. You do notice it's very kind of curly glyphs and things like that.
Yeah,
It's
of course
very
it is.
classic. Even though she is a sorcerer, her training comes from a wizard. And by the time
Yeah.
she's finished, Farewell and Eclipse, you do recognize some of the stuff that Glory is doing, even if it is a little advanced for both of you.
Oh.
The basis of it, though, is that you would have even been able to do certain parts of this role without a blood hunter there in the first place. And so there are some glyphs there that you don't recognize, Glory. And that part is the blood hunter glyphs. There are certain things like bond of will glyph, which you don't recognize it at all. In fact, we don't even know if Aiden tells you its name. That he puts front and center for this ritual, which will allow him to use basically his blood magic to conduct this ritual.
Makes sense.
I've just realized I've put away a piece of paper that I need. One sec. There we go. Right. So yes, you've got the 5 questions, Rodrigo. I don't recommend asking the 5th.
Okay. All right. But this is before we head in, right?
Oh yeah,
What is
you're
it?
still at the lip of the quarry. You haven't
Yeah.
set foot in it.
So we should probably actually go in.
Okay. As you walk down both the loose rock and the plants, which are starting to pry open the cracks between rocks as they grow, make for a very uneven footing. There is a kind of a rounded slope on the opposite side of the quarry, which kind of suggests it was a road at some point, but that's long since useless. In fact, you can see where part of it has crumbled into the floor. It's best just to walk down. Thankfully, it's not a sheer cliff edge to the quarry. It does ambulate down. And I would like each of you to give me a acrobatics check, please.
Piss.
Everybody?
Everybody.
Even with my spider boots?
I cast guidance on myself.
Actually, with the spider boots, you managed to nimbly walk from rock to rock in high heel shoes.
Yep.
Acrobatics
I
or
have spider
athletics?
heels.
Acrobatics, only accepting acrobatics.
Okay.
Yes, but you do notice, Glory, that every now and again you are forced to use those spider shoes to fuse yourself to the rock. Otherwise, you would have slipped.
Yeah.
21.
21.
21, yeah.
Yep. Okay. So 2 21s. Cora.
10.
Okay. And Aiden.
This one.
Womp womp womp.
Okay.
Oh, goodness.
So was that a natural one?
Yeah, it was a natural one.
Lovely. Lovely.
The DM's favorite.
So you, again, Glory and Eclipse, no problem at all. In fact, with your climb speed, you should have had advantage for this.
I will roll with advantage. and
it
see
doesn't
what-
matter,
Oh,
you
for
passed.
sure, sure.
Sorry, I forgot. Tabaxis have climb speed. Yeah,
Well, not everyone was a one. So.
yeah, and with a passing prayer of, Sacred Mistress of the Gate, please don't make me fall down the slope and make me look like a pillock. Seems to have worked, Phil. Cora, you do end up dislodging a lot of rocks.
It's Cora's fault.
So there's a lot of rocks that you're just kind of going, "Whoa," and you grab hold of the nearby rocks, at the nearby slope. But there's this as the rock ends up going down this kind of strange, steppy, undulating slope. Aiden, similar. You're scattering rocks all over the place. Partway down, you start kind of effing and blinding as you're stubbing your toe, you're falling down and cracking your knee against one of these things. And you don't realize it, but you're getting faster out of anger. And you don't realize that the slope is just giving you extra impetus, just a little bit more. Actually, for the overlay, we need to actually, let's switch it off and switch it back on again. It should pick you up from D&D Beyond. But if not, it'll be a setting that Nick needs to do.
Okay.
But yeah, you end up building up speed until you just go, oh shit. And you go and end up rolling down a good 30 foot, getting a total of 3 5s, 15 points of bludgeoning damage. As it's like falling down some very hard stone steps. It hurts a lot.
I like to imagine that as soon as Aiden put one foot in to begin climbing down, he glitched out and started ragdolling like he was in a Bethesda game, and then fucking started falling down.
Yeah.
I would like the 3 people who passed completely, and only them. So that's Felicia, Corinne, and Nick, to make perception checks.
Okie dokie.
Okay.
Intrigue.
My passive perception is 21. My actual perception is not.
Nope. Sure isn't.
With my reliable talent, that is a 16. Because I am proficient in it, so I do. If I roll less than 10, I
Okay.
take 10.
And your passive was 21. I
Yeah.
will need to know passives. Felicia.
My passive is. Oh, sorry. Go on ahead, Felicia.
Dirty 20.
Okay. And Nick, what's your passive?
20, and I got a 16.
There's some strange audible effect that goes on as the rocks go down. There's a kind of echoing and resonance, and even over the sounds of Aiden swearing as he falls painfully down this quarry side, there's some extra rhythm that's appearing in the echo as it goes around the quarry. As you get this clickety clack of the stones, clickety clack, clickety clack. You also hear this under.
Of course.
That's weird.
Some form of creature, maybe?
I was gonna guess some sort of magic effect.
No, it could be a trap triggered by the rocks falling.
Could be.
Aiden, you come to a stop about 20 foot from the lake. Well, big ass puddle.
You alright?
I just give a thumbs up.
He's not dead.
Do you need any help?
No, I'm fine. I would imagine his face.
We can
down.
see about getting you a pair of heels next time we're in town.
I mean, if he can't even walk
Eat a
down
dick.
this, he's not going to be able to wear heels, is he? I mean, it's toe, heel, darling, not heel, toe. I mean...
Yeah. He clumps around.
You would think for somebody quite so spry and dancing in and out of combat that, you know, he wouldn't trip over his own feet.
Yeah, you would think that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you would.
I
Nothing
was
but your
out of
pride
character.
hurt then, all joking.
Even though you're close to this lake puddle, this mass of water, I'll just name it, you can't see through it. It's full of this silt that seems to not settle. It's this horrible, opaque gray color. It's probably full of the wash from the granite. It doesn't smell particularly nice. It's standing water. Even a large mass of standing water, it's slightly rank.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a kind of smell of bird crap. You have a feeling it was probably used as a watering hole until it became too rank to be so. So it's kind of got this, I don't know, this fertilized smell to it. It's not very nice.
Certainly not.
As you guys approach Aiden, you can hear from all around you stones that seem to have been dislodged, but not by you. Farewell, only. Give me an intelligence check with proficiency.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay, so that's
That's never
12
bode
on the
well.
dice. Proficiency is now 5. Oh, that's 17 plus 4. That's 22.
Yeah. It's only when you hear a certain part of it. You go, fucking hell, that's Terran. It's the Earth Elemental language.
Hold on. Sorry, I'm I'm a little rusty. It's been a while. And Farewell sits down and rather than actually say anything, pulls out his book and then pulls out his spell book, not his prayer book, and sits there and for the minute, richly cast comprehend languages.
State your purpose here. Why do you bother us? Do you bother the bitch below?
Oh, he wants to know why we're here.
Well, we
Well, yeah, I mean, there's a good chance he might understand common, and it might be better if somebody other than me talks to them.
Muffle, you
As we
hear?
all
Oh,
know
don't give
how
me
that
it.
ends.
I can talk if you want to. Give me a moment. I can finally use a spell that Gloria's had this entire fucking campaign.
You got tongues.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
It's a good, especially in later levels. Tongues is a very good spell.
I did pick it up because it sounded like a really useful thing, especially considering the Glory is from overseas
Yeah.
and all of that. She's quite literally not in her home.
When you go multiplanar, tongues is very useful. Okay,
imagine
so the language gets a lot more irate. Why'd you tarry there? Are you fools? Do you not understand the pure tongue?
Of course I do understand it. How are you?
We are inhabitants here.
Pray tell we're here is we're currently on a journey to, well, take care of business, I suppose one would say.
Business with the Djinns.
Not for long, at least. She's only a stepping stone. We're after an old client of hers.
Then you are no ally to her?
No. And you?
What do you think? Does the rock love the air?
No. No, it most certainly does not.
What say you, brothers? And there's a general clamor of, does she lie? Does she lie? Business for anything. It plays into their hands, even if they're not allies. Send them away. Threaten them with their death.
Rude.
I would not recommend trying to kill us, especially considering what we're here to get rid of.
The rest of you hear a general rumbling of stone, almost like the whole
Stone
almost
against
like
stone.
the whole quarry is going to fall in. Tell us of your deal with her.
We have no
We don't have one yet. We simply wish to interrogate her for some information on our target, and then we will send her back when she came.
Opportunity, says the oldest brother. We wish to enter an accord with you.
Now that sounds lovely.
I am very scared that Glory is allowed to do this on her own.
Yes, because all you can hear from Glory is.
Technically, Farewell can understand everything
Oh
that's
yes,
being
actually,
said.
Farewell can, but only Farewell knows what can hear this conversation. Says, we wish to make an accord.
Uh-oh.
An accord would be lovely. What
What is she doing? What is she doing? Farewell, what's happening?
Just let her talk. Give her a second. Trust me.
That's never a good sign, Farewell.
Look, she's not exactly giving away the fine china. She's doing glory things for which I can tell her useful.
It's not reassuring.
No, it's not
Do
reassuring.
you want to fight a quarry, or do you want her to just talk?
The accord is this. You go inside, you do your business, and on the way out, there is a door that you would have to find your way through to get in. You'll desecrate that door on the way out. Smash it from the inside. Desecrate the glyphs that are in the first 3 stones as you walk in. Only do this on the way out. If you do it on the way in, she will attack you. Make sure that you do this on the way out. If you do so, we shall reward you. We shall give you Stone's will. If you do not, we shall attack upon you leaving.
I believe we have an accord.
Hold on. There's
So-
this just two opposite
Farewell.
rumblings at
It's-
each other.
Do you really
Desecrating.
want to? What we will be doing is simply giving the option for her not to exist on this plane.
Are you sure? I mean, there's a very specific demand to removing glyphs. It's a rather. What happens if what that really does is that's bounding them to stay here and guard this place and protect her and stop her from going anywhere. And by destroying it, we set them free, and ultimately that sets her free.
I will at this point use a message to basically say to Farewell in his head, and it will give us an option to read the glyph to see if we want to fight her or these rather.
Oh, carry on.
I believe we can come to an accord on this. Tell me, the glyphs, are they what's binding her?
No. They stop other elementals, those that are not her, from entering the space. It allows her to
Oh.
have a safe haven while she is here on Mundus.
And you simply wish to make her safe space less safe. I believe that can be achieved.
And we shall enter and end her.
Well then. Friends, I believe we have found ourselves a guide to the residence of our Djinn.
Follow the path. And suddenly, going around this lake, the stone flattens into a perfect path all the way around, going up to the 3 stones that you remember from the dream.
Well then. A little diplomacy never hurts.
Yeah.
Doesn't, but I don't like hearing that phrase coming from you.
Yeah. Oh boy. So, shall we get this over and done with?
Let's just get
Maybe
this
so.
over with.
Mm-hmm. Right.
The rest of the walk up to around about 20 foot away from the door, at which point you notice that the perfect path that you've been given, smooth, even textured so that you can't slip, stops abruptly. You're now kind of obscured from vision from most angles, thanks to these 3 large shards that you have a feeling may have been dropped, cleaved out into place deliberately to obscure the entrance. And in front of you is a beautiful ornate door. You notice it's carved into the rock. The door itself, you can see there's an arch, like a square archway. It has the glyphs that you saw in the dream. And you can see the door that Eclipse got opened so easily in the dream is just a bare edifice, a rectangle of rock.
That must be disappointing for a resident murder kitty.
Not necessarily. Just because it's a formidable looking door doesn't necessarily mean that it's beyond her.
Door!
Just immediate, just like,
Immediately.
oh,
yeah.
now she gets the zoomies.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like it.
Remembering the
I'm-
lines from the musical, I'm on the wrong side of every door.
My
Okay,
humans have closed the door, and I am.
I want
unable
to
get in.
investigate the door for traps and also investigate the door for what the glyphs are.
Okay. So
The
give
glyphs
me.
are on the inside, so we
Uh,
need to get in.
Well,
first.
some of the glyphs are on the outside as well, but the glyphs on the outside are more kind of primordial language rather than anything else. They are declarations, like arcane decoration.
Mm.
There's a lot of pomp in the arcane arts, and This
Oh,
is
yeah.
showing it front and center. The architecture looks interesting, but all the same, you are an arcane trickster, so I will prompt you for the roll. Give me an arcane roll and an investigation roll.
The Arcana, which I'm probably not going to do very well. Oh, okay. 23.
At 23, you know that this door has a very familiar spell on it. This is the spell Explosive Runes.
Ah!
Ah,
So, Glory, can you
Mhm.
get rid of that glyph, please? If you don't, it's going to explode.
Oh, yes, I do recognize it.
It's triggered from any form of blunt trauma on the door.
Hmm.
even
I
if
would
it means
recommend
touching it,
not touching the door quite yet.
reasonable.
Okay.
Blunt
So-
trauma is if the barbarian goes, I'll sort this out, and hits it with his hammer or axe or anything, because to stone, everything is blunt trauma. You can't cut it. It will fire off a quite a large, high-level spell, Explosive Runes. It is, let me just look at my notes here.
Oh, I need to remove my frightened and poison defenses because those were from the Hero's Feast, wasn't it?
Yeah.
This is a
Yeah.
level 7, or as it would be said in Illyria, it would be a wizard of the 7th circle would be able to do this complexity.
Right.
Now, there's 2 potential ways of doing this. You can do it with a Thieves' Tools check, but the DC is redunculously high.
I do
Yeah.
have the spell. I do actually have Dispel Magic prepared today.
That is the preferred option when it comes to this kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I do have that. I do have that prepared. If you want me.
Also,
to.
my investigation check, which I haven't asked for yet, I rolled an 8 on the dice, but
Yep.
because reliable talent, that goes up
Yep.
to 10, so 24.
24. Yeah, you can see that there is a this is a cantilever
Rogues, man.
door. It can put up with a huge amount of hits because it is a large slab of stone that's counterweighted either from on top or underneath. But there's always a catch that once you get that catch done with your thieves' tools, you'll be able to just pull at it and it will just neatly go down or up or whichever direction it goes. It's just a case of feeling it out.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go for. I think I need to do a Thieves' Tool check.
It's
Just-
recommended that the glyph of
Is
warding
removed
is
first.
taken out first.
Yes. Farewell.
I'll give you that
Yeah,
for
hello.
free because you're an arcane trickster.
Hello.
Can you get rid of the
Yeah.
explosive runes, please?
Sure. Okay.
Simple Dispel Magic should
Pretty
be
please.
enough for those.
It's Wizard of the 7th Circle one, so if we could...
Yeah,
It's
so I can
okay.
see.
It's fine. Well. Do I use my 7th level spell slot and get rid of it, or do I take the risk
And roll
and roll?
with your +5. You will need a 17 on the
You
dice.
can guidance yourself for this though,
Yeah,
because
that's what I was thinking.
because detect magic is not a dispel magic is not a concentration spell, so you can set yourself up divinely.
Also, a cool new thing they've done on on D&D Beyond now is when you roll in the thing, it pops up so you can like see what people
Yeah.
roll.
I've been seeing
Yeah.
that, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So
And we will figure out how to add Iden on for next time.
It'll be an option in the overlay. It'll be there'll be an option in there that says please select characters, and you probably just got to tick it.
Okay.
Well, we'll risk it for a biscuit. What's a bit of fun if you can't roll some dice? So I'll cast
Yeah.
Dispel Magic at the 3rd level.
Mhm.
And I will then guide myself.
Oh, there we go. It's that easy to do it. There we go.
And then got to beat a DC 17. Okay. Well, that's good because that's a 15 on the dice.
Plus your wisdom modifier, I think.
Yeah. So that's 24 because I rolled a 4 on my D4.
Yeah. You focus, and rather than using your 7th circle, you just conjure up a 3rd level, and you effectively reach out with your mind, kind of putting your fingers straight into the weave and just twist it until it all unravels. And it's a little harrowing for everybody else watching because the runes that are kind of neatly weaved into other runes in abstract start to glow pretty intensely. And you think he's failed up until the point where they just kind of, and with a smell of burnt sulfur, it's gone.
I have done this before. It's not the first time I've dispelled a glyph for assault. Don't know why you look so worried.
I'm not worried.
Why would I be worried?
I mean,
That was out of character.
there's all a little bit of concern on your face. I can see it.
Yeah,
I mean-
it was only 98 thunder damage that would have hit everybody in the area.
That would have killed me. That would have straight up put me down.
Nah, we would have been fine. We could have taken it.
98's not too much. Oh, sup, Kevin? Glad to hear you're better.
Nice.
I mean, what's that? What are we talking about?
Kitty,
Kitty.
it is time for you to get this door open.
28.
Wow. Yes. It's time for me to.
So this is probing down the cracks with the thieves' tools
Yeah.
and trying to figure out what's what.
I only have normal proficiency in thieves' tools, so but I can't. I must make a custom roll. It doesn't have a neat little button for me to press. So just roll a d20 and then plus 10. 10. Reliable talent because I'm proficient. So 20.
Okay. There's a little clink. You're like, oops. But the door opens anyway. The door
I like the
slides
idea.
down into the ground and becomes the floor.
I don't know why I like the idea of Eclipse doing that thing where you take a credit card and you swipe it between the door and the thing, but with a giant slab of a door. I don't know why.
Yeah, just the credit card and like, what is
Yeah.
this? It's plastic. What's plastic?
Yeah.
For about 5 or 6 foot inside the door, floor, walls, and ceiling are in these beautiful light blue glyphs. They are flickering almost as if maybe kind of clouds are going behind the light source, and it burns with energy.
I wanna study the glyphs.
It's a ward. It's an elemental ward.
There it
Ooh.
is.
Elemental ward. Is it obvious that it's keeping someone in or out?
Arcane check.
Yes. Oh, that's not my best roll of today. 17? I really need to get better intelligence.
You think it's keeping things out.
Yeah.
I will tell you that the light source is that somebody has crushed up gems and placed them in the grooves in the stone, and that's what's glowing. It glows so perfectly that you have to get quite close to see that it's actually a gemstone underneath.
Yeah.
You also, for this role, I can't tell you everything, but I can tell you that it poses you no threat.
Of course not.
Even
But it's-
even dear Nick, even dear Farewell.
Oh yeah.
I'm a genasi, not an elemental.
Yeah. You're classed as humanoid, not elemental. So
Exactly. I am humanoid,
Mm.
not
We-
human.
Do we need an elemental? Because I can bring one.
no.
I think we should be good.
Just checking. Okay.
All right, just as a quick reminder before we head in heading deeper, we got 5 questions, but we only get to ask 4. We're gonna be keeping
So
count.
no one asked how their day is going.
Not
Oh,
even a
well.
passing question. Not
Yeah.
even if it's not addressed.
Is...
How stupid
her.
are you?
Oh, that is a question.
That is a question.
Is
So
it
do-
worth
wait, do
now
we-
sorting our questions out
I was
before
gonna
we go
say, yeah.
That would be a good idea.
I
I think the first one is obvious. Where is the Witch Queen?
Well, I don't know if we need to know that. We already know that, don't we? Me and Farewell together know
down? Yeah, we can find her.
where
Yeah.
she
Alright.
is. We
Yeah, so
kind of
we
want to
wanna
know
know
if she
more
has
about
any
her
weaknesses.
weaknesses.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is she? Do they know what can destroy her? Does she have any weaknesses? In the dream, the Djinn wanted to make a deal of some kind, so we need to be prepared for that.
Ask about the details of the deal.
Should I ask her about the heart of Jordan?
No.
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 Eclipse.
Want to?
We know you want
know
to,
enough.
but unfortunately, we need to choose our questions very carefully. And which
It's a
queen
very
is our-
careful question.
Why do I have a feeling that this scene is going to end? Do you know anything about the Heart of Jordan? Bye. Running out.
As is number 5, yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Eclipse.
Okay.
Next time we run across an elemental, you can ask about the heart of Jordan, just not this time.
Well, don't even promise that because we don't know what we're going to run into again. So maybe it's best not to. We need to just get the heart of Jordan and then it's done. Then I don't know what Eclipse will do with the rest of her life though. So I'm not sure. Maybe it's
She's
not a good
already
idea.
started looking at other artifacts.
She'll look for
I've
the,
seen her bedtime
liver.
reading.
the liver of Jordan. Be next thing.
The right kidney of Jordan.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Yeah,
should
yeah.
see how many books she's been reading about living weapons ever since we were at the temple and that thing actually
not living-
sliced
All
her.
right.
Look,
Have
there-
you
there
had
are
this?
so-
There's
there
one
are-
thing called strike, and
Oh, dear.
apparently it's in Meridia, but it has now found an owner with Lady Alexandra.
Let's
I
stay
mean,
on track.
I mean, there's certain rules. Never have a weapon that's got sentience, because that never ends well.
It's true.
And never, ever, ever try and get hold of body parts from ancient things. This body part of Jordan thing is crazy. I've been saying this for like ever since I've known
It's a
you.
metaphorical heart. It's not the actual heart.
Watch it be an
You
actual
don't
beating.
think, anyway.
You know what? When we get there and it's this giant, and I'm talking like 5 foot wide, 10 feet tall, black beating heart covered in chains with all sorts of eldritch abominations crawling out of
Oh
it.
no!
And it's just the 5 of us trying to handle that
Oh, I just.
and deal with that. I am going to have my moment.
I just had the worst thought. The Heart of Jordan is just a fucking brain of Menses from Bloodborne.
Yes.
It's just whatever it is, it's not going to be good.
Oh no.
I think good will ever come of it. And
Anyways, let's stay on track. This as I did.
why does it always devolve into fucking?
Farewell.
Yes,
farewell.
you're quite right.
Farewell.
You're right. You're right.
What is her weakness? That's question number 1. What's question number 2?
Have you heard about the Heart of Jordan?
No.
Do we need to know why this bond was originally formed?
I
Will it
mean,
give us clues as to?
I don't
the
think
dream
so.
might not be completely real. Like what we heard there is
true, but I guess from pure conjecture,
oh
we can probably like throw a guess at why she made that bond.
true.
Hmm.
You can still ask, but I don't know. I feel that that's something we can easily sort out on
Is
our
there
own.
is there a different question that maybe asks the same thing? If we ask what's her weakness and she doesn't have an answer, then what? Or doesn't know the answer to it specifically? Like, do we need to be more specific? I suppose is the
I mean,
question.
specificity is always good with beings like the Djinn. They like to twist the words around like it's fucking like yarn.
Yeah, they remind me of some of the other dragonflights way too much.
How can she be killed?
Yes, that is a doable question. But maybe not how. Rather, perhaps, what's the most effective way to kill her?
It's probably better worded, yes.
Because there's plenty of ways she could be killed, but what we need to know is the most
Efficient.
The best way. Yeah.
Yes. Interesting. Do we want to know why do we want to ask why she's collecting souls, or why does she want to make a demi-plane?
Yeah, that was going to be my suggestion, yes.
Yes, that could be interesting to know.
That could be rather illuminating. We got 2 to 3 potentially good questions. We can use one more.
Hmm.
I mean, some of these questions might open up other questions that we want to ask.
That is true. It's still good to walk in with a plan, though.
But I think does it work if we utter a question like just to each other?
She will use it.
She will use it.
Okay, so
is-
let's
and
make
you
sure we use our phones. I mean badges.
You can't guarantee that
Smart
a creature
badges.
as powerful as a Djinn cannot read minds.
Oh yes,
That
yes,
is
yes. She
also
will most
true.
likely be reading
Oh, I
our
can read
minds.
her mind to see if she can read our minds.
Not that she can get into mine,
Farewell.
but that's another thing entirely.
Technically, I don't think she can read mine.
Farewell. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but don't you have something that can't? Do you know like any sort of magic that can protect from like detecting thoughts or anything like that? Because otherwise we're gonna have to go on willpower alone.
Or I can see if she can read our minds, and then if she can, I can say, guys, she can read our minds, and then we have to think of pink elephants.
Eclipse wants to play the game of the I know that you know that I know that you know that I know.
Yeah. Yes.
No, I don't really have anything that protects against that. I mean, I do have planar binding, and that would like potentially attempt to bind it into my service for 24 hours. But let's leave that one for in case
That's
things
gonna
go
be our
wrong.
absolute last resort, I imagine.
Well, it
Yes,
takes
because
also takes
after the
an
12
hour to
hours,
set
she's
up.
gonna murder us.
No, 24.
Yeah, after the 24 hours, she's gonna murder us.
Yeah.
But she can't get out.
No, yes.
Oh, she can get out of here. It's the other elementals that can't get in.
Yeah, but I wonder if we could change those seals so that people can get in,
But she
can't
can't get out. Ooh. Let me take a look at them. Simon, I want to see if I can change them to do just that. I'm an enchantress.
I will guide her as well.
Sure, give me a roll.
I'm going to assume Arcana.
Yes.
Add a d4.
The natural 20 coming in clutch.
Yeah. Let's see if we can fuck
Nice.
somebody's life.
Okay, so that was a 2 on the plus 4, so that's a 22 plus 7, which is 29.
Yes.
Fuck.
You know there's only one way to change these runes in the way that you speak, and that is what's known as Will of the Covenant. It requires 3 spellcasters. No more, no less.
Mm-hmm.
Each of them has to, but normally there's one person who will lead, and they will state what their will demands. The other 2 will pour their power into that will. They must wholeheartedly agree about it, so no one can be cajoled into doing this.
Mm-hmm.
And it is held by your will that this effect will happen. If you do this, every time you fall unconscious, that means 0 hit points. There's a chance that this bond will be broken.
Ooh.
Hmm.
Letting the thing inside come out and
Outside.
hunt you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an issue.
Primordial politics.
Of course. Of course.
But yes, it requires all 3 casters do have to make successful casting rolls. You can repeat the cast every round, so every 6 seconds. But obviously, every round that you fail, she has a round to act.
Mm.
And you keep casting it until all 3 of you meet the DC.
Yeah, nah. That's a bit too risky. I think it would be better for us to go with the plan of just letting the other elementals take care of her.
So just fuck up the seals and let the as yet unseen elementals charge in.
Well, we're not gonna get done much done if we keep sitting here discussing things. So, shall we go in deeper? I mean,
Sure. Okay. Unless there's anything else, you guys keep walking on. I would like a marching order, please, because this is a thin and winding staircase.
Spider boots?
I was thinking more maybe we want Eclipse. Do you want to scout out ahead?
Yeah.
Iden second. I'll
Yeah.
take up the rear, and then Glory and Cora, you can be somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
that sounds good to me.
Sure. In that case, who was first and second? Eclipse and Farewell, yeah?
Yes.
No, Iden.
And
Iden. Okay, so
Iden,
Eclipse
yeah.
and Iden, I would like perception checks from you two, because you're the only 2 people who can see what's directly ahead.
dark
And I'm
vision.
assuming that we actually have sufficient light here
Yeah.
to see. We're not going into
Yeah.
darkness.
I'm going
or-
to assume that unless you want to go completely dark, you have lit a torch, used a light
I want to
spell,
say
whatever.
that Aiden has shot the
Ghost lantern.
Yeah.
Sure. In that case, for Iden at least, it's perfectly lit. No one
I
else
can
can see
use
the ghost
dancing
lantern.
light if you want, but like most of us have somewhat
No, but
dark
I
vision,
can't
except
see.
I have
I
dark
don't
vision.
have dark vision. I don't. It's me and Iden don't.
Yeah.
Iden can see
dancing
now,
lights.
but you can't see. I mean, he fired a strange flare that then disappeared.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, use dancing lights in the light spell. So like,
Yeah.
yeah,
that's
yeah.
fine.
I'll
Hold
use
on, hold on,
dancing
hold on.
lights to light up the way for us.
Okay. So yep, the dancing lights start down the stairs as well. In that case, a straight perception check for both Iden and Eclipse, please.
yes. I rolled 16 because proficient. but also passive being 21 in case.
I roll a 17.
Okay. There is something strange coming up ahead. You can see that the path ahead hasn't been used in a few years. As such, there's a kind of growth of lichen and moss on the floor, the ceiling, but neither of the walls. In fact, the walls are on the inside wall, because you're on a curve. On the inside wall, they are mostly clean. On the outside wall, they are perfectly clean.
Huh.
Sorry, Simon. Can you say that again? I completely spaced out for a second.
On the inside wall of the curve, it's mostly clean.
Yeah.
On the outside curve of the wall, it's perfectly clean. You can eat your dinner off it. And yet the floor and ceiling are mostly covered in lichen and moss.
Okay.
Like something scraped across it.
No scrape marks, how that's been pointed out to you.
Okay.
And this is ahead of you. It's just started. That's one of the reasons that made it noticeable. It's just in this area, this curve.
That's weird.
Sure
Is there anything magical? Do I sense anything magical around it?
Using what?
I've got detect magic.
My
I can use at will.
eyes, my investigation, arcana.
What would you like to roll?
Investigation, please.
Roll investigation.
I have detect magic. I can use it at will.
Thank you to 112th Attack Battalion.
What?
And yep, if you want to switch your sight, Cora, nothing magical about this.
Okay.
I will roll
tournament.
It
investigation.
stays up for 10 minutes. Just to...
Sure.
24, because I
And I
rolled
can do it
under
at will, so I can kind of just keep doing it.
You can see that there are divots in some of the rocks that look like they project something. You're not entirely sure.
I
What?
check for traps.
You found the trap already. Presumably, there is a trigger at some point further
Actually-
ahead of you.
Simon, I want to do something on the way down if you allow it.
You guys have stopped because you've seen it.
Right.
So
I want to use one of my blood hunter traits, Grim Psychometry. When making an intelligence history check to recall information about a darker past surrounding an object you're touching or a location you're present in, you have advantage on the roll.
Ooh.
So I'm gonna do that now.
So you're going to touch the wall and use Grim Psychometry.
Yeah.
Amazing. I've never seen this used, so go for it.
I've been waiting for an excuse to use it. Yeah. Oh my god, these fucking dice.
Well, I did use still like the D&D Beyond one, which is actually quite nice, because then we can actually see what people roll as well.
Do you mind if I do that now, or if I stay with what I rolled? I mean, I'd still like rolling physical dice. Not gonna lie.
If you're going to carry on rolling physical dice, then what you have rolled is the result.
Yeah. Okay. 14.
14, you get a sudden sense of euphoria and delirium.
Don't like that. Okay, whatever did this, wherever was in here.
Sense of euphoria and delirium.
Yeah, it was, and I literally literally does this euphoric.
And sorry, was that the wall or the lichen you touched?
He touched the wall.
I touched the wall. Yeah.
Well, the Djinn are known to make deals with those whose emotions they like, so maybe that's what this one is into.
Right, but I assumed she would. I assumed the Witch Queen was being powered even before she made the deal. She was being powered by spite and grief.
Well,
It's
yeah.
still a strong emotion, so that kind of makes
True.
sense.
All right,
Or
well,
she gave up all her euphoria and stuff.
Like she gave up her literal good emotions, for more power. That could work, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're not gonna find out anymore just looking at a wall.
Nope.
Hold on, quick sanity check. Everybody feel themselves? Everybody
Mhm.
feel okay?
Yeah, so far so good.
Yeah.
Yes.
No,
Trap
no
ahead,
one
by the way.
dry
Keep your
mouth,
eyes out.
got a mouth. Fingers tingle.
Not more than usual.
Tongue feels a bit like twice its normal size.
Everything's fine.
No.
Farewell, yes.
Cool. Okay, carry on.
No more than usual, Gloria. It's like just the standard level of heart disease. We're fine.
Yeah.
What can I say? Nobility, rich food. But yes, you carry on going, Eclipse, and as you're going ahead, you put your paw down on one of the steps and go, yeah, hang on a sec. You stop, go down on all fours, and rather than putting your weight on this, you feel on the underside, and you can feel that the step has like a gap, and that as you press it very gently, this step goes down. It's a button, effectively. There's a thing in your thieves' tools, which is basically a doorstop, miniature doorstops, and you just thumb one in, just in case anybody does accidentally go on that, and then just tell the others to hop over that one onto the next one. Of course, you press the next one down to make sure it's okay. No problem at all. Now that you're here, both Eclipse and allow Farewell. No,
Ooh,
not Farewell.
Okay.
Glory. Make me another perception check.
Me and Glory.
Yes.
I don't know what I'll see the farewell doesn't, but...
It's not what you see, it's what you smell.
Oh.
And
Oh.
Farewell does not use this. And has never been subjected to it.
Okay. 16 again. Because
Okay.
I keep rolling under
16
10.
/ 21.
Slash
Okay.
16 / 21, yeah.
Felicia.
I rolled a 16 plus 6, so that's a 22.
Okay. Eclipse. You get that it's poison. You get that these spray poison.
Oh, poison.
Glory, you go up to it and little whiff of this tiny little aperture. You know that this isn't just a poison, it can also be used as a recreational drug. It's kind of ecstasy, LSD kind of thing in small doses. It makes a happy delirium. In large doses, it can completely addle your mind to the point where you'll probably end up killing yourself by some form of misadventure before your body's capable of getting it out of your system. It binds with the body.
Yeah.
And you have a feeling this is probably a heavy dose. Doesn't kill you, but it does mean that your actions, everything is very difficult. Don't think of mechanics with regard to this, because my God, have I got a mechanic for this? It's not just disadvantage, but everything doesn't make sense. But you're really happy about it. Like, hey, there's no floor ahead. Let's keep walking anyway.
Oh boy.
I explained that to the rest of the party.
Everybody.
So why is
step
it the
back.
Djinn? Is it the Djinn fucking dealing drugs now?
No, it could just be a normal, natural. There's many different types of mushroom, bark, frog.
To be
plants
fair, I know a
that
few
do-
ladies who prefer to use it during the evenings.
Exactly. Well. I no.
And a few men, for that matter.
No.
She's like, and a few men, but I don't care about that.
No.
Mhm.
No.
No.
I
It
mean,
could
it's
be
no
pure-
worse than the elemental hearts that some of the ladies use.
Excuse me.
Oh yes, you know
Actually,
that
never mind. I don't forget I asked.
Don't ask. Don't ask. Why do you always ask for things you don't want the answer to?
It's an automatic reaction. It comes with the profession.
Yeah, don't ask Glory things. We have already...
I know.
Cora, would you do us all a favor and just burn it away.
Yes. Can I? Yes.
You
But
can go up to the hole, basically put your finger to the hole and just mutter whatever word or whatever
Pew,
way
pew,
you
pew.
create firebolts, and you can just basically go in each one.
How many are there?
There's a
Not
fair
all-
few. I
There's a
mean,
fair
not
few.
only
Not only that,
going
but-
down and stopping every now and again and going one
How-
more and doing
how
it, so you're
high?
working your way down.
How high above Cora are they?
Shoulders.
Okay, yes, okay, good point. She will have to get a boost. She would have to get a boost. They're about head height on a normal person, on a normal humanoid.
Pick her up by her collar, just like with one arm, and just like hold her up in front of the hole.
I'm just like a sort of, well, not even a human, a halfling, nail gun.
Have you ever seen those videos of people like with their with the flamethrower, and they just hold one end? And it's like you just squeeze Cora slightly, and then suddenly this belt of flame just shoots out the front of her. It's just like whoosh.
Yeah, just a halfling flame gun. You just pick the whole thing up.
Yeah, you just pick her up, point in the direction before a little squeeze, and belches flame. It's fun
sure.
for parties.
You get to the bottom of this curved stairwell, and about 6 of these steps later, Eclipse manages to get you to the bottom, nice and safe, with Cora flaming the traps as she goes down.
Yeah.
You get to the bottom, and weirdly, right in front of you, about 10 foot in front of you, there is a slab, a part of the floor that has these little holes in, about an inch in diameter. It has the plate that has the holes in, and the holes go completely from side to side. It says it's got as I say, these holes in it. The plate that it's on is kind of rocky, as in anything that steps on it will trigger it, and it literally has written on it, "I am a trap. Don't step on me."
Reverse psychology.
I'd check it.
It does indeed appear to be a sprung spike trap. Anyone who stands on this will have a large amount of high velocity spikes shooting upwards through whatever part of their anatomy is over said trap at the time.
I use Mage Hand, like I make sure everybody's like step away, and I use Mage Hand to like press it down.
You press it down, and this corridor is about 5 foot wide, but about 10 foot high, and 10 foot high iron spikes go shing, and the spikes
Ow.
have been painted so that when you look at them in cross section, there's a word on all the bars, and it says "Told you."
Okay.
Do you know what? It's really refreshing to see someone put some effort into their work and take some pride.
Yeah.
Honestly, what I appreciate is the honesty.
Yeah, I mean, personally, it's the showmanship. I mean, it's been a while since we've gone into somewhere that's been a legitimate death trap.
True.
And they've actually, there's some humor.
Are we seriously writing a Yelp review for this fucking dungeon?
Yes.
Yeah. 3 stars. There was no complimentary gift.
Gift chops lacking in range. So yeah, you take the mage hand off, and there's a couple of seconds like, and it goes back into the floor.
Okay, so no one stand on that.
You want to slap the
Then you
floor
hear
little
a
bit around?
blub 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 blub, and the entire slab gets doused in what is unmistakably acid. You guys have become somewhat of an expert, presumably to get rid of whatever body is there.
Oh,
Oh,
that
Bit
is
of a-
very efficient.
That is really efficient.
way too efficient.
Wow.
I wonder
You
how
think like
often
a-
they get guests here.
Well, you got to
Not
think
off.
that they must have had
How
a fair...
many people actually step on that? Because like,
Oh, come on. There's going to be
You
at
know what?
least
Fuck
one
it. I'm
person. I mean,
actually
we
gonna see-
slapped it.
I want to make a tracking check to see if I can spot get an estimate of how many people have passed through here.
When you look at it, you kind of judge how rocky the plate is and all the rest of it. This looks like it's been used a few times. Yeah,
5 times at the very least, 30 times at most, which is a
You-
lot higher for
You
a
would
place.
you'd bet on double figures. Yeah, you'd bet on double figures this time. This trap has been used, but used by somebody standing on it.
Yeah.
I'm very much on they've just earned themselves at least half an extra star for that. If that's beautiful efficiency. I mean, that is very good.
I mean, I wonder how many people
Who's done a
have like
D&D dungeon
see the
rating?
sign and
Yep.
then decide that it's a trick, so they step on it anyway. I at least was smart enough to not step on it and
Yeah, but-
instead use my mage hand.
If they were
But-
pumped with that euphoria thing, they might be like, "Oh, cool! It says it's not a trap, or it is a trap." And like that must be a joke. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
Yeah,
the point.
yeah.
But still, that's really good. Bravo. Well done.
Which
Don't
I'm
step on
kind of
that.
disturbed how happy that makes you, but okay.
Hey.
Look, I appreciate good workmanship, even if it is good workmanship that's designed to maim and injure.
Okay, so nobody step on it and we'll walk past it. Also, I check beforehand with mage hand if there are any other plates like after that.
Are you
that
using
they're not
mage
as
hand like
obvious.
a walking stick?
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
She's just
Patting
slapping the
them.
floor.
Yeah.
There's this, because it's an invisible mage hand, there's
Yeah.
just this sound of slaps.
yeah.
on
Slap,
the
slap,
stone.
slap, 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 slap.
two
That's all you
plates.
hear.
2 plates later, you slap the mage hand down, and there's this. As what seems to be the magic missile spell emits from the wall.
Uh
All right, that's another one.
oh.
Magic missile as well. I mean,
The
that
floor
goes for
lights
the
up,
guarantee.
so's this
Uh-oh.
one.
Yeah.
Should we take a quick break, by the way?
Yeah, let's do that now, and we'll be back in 10 minutes. Where hopefully these guys will not fall to any of the traps. in there.
As we
mage
sit
hand
there and
slapping.
go, as we get to the actual get up to the gin and go, hello, we're a professional band of adventurers and we've just gone through your dungeon. We
I'd
rate
like to
it
rate you.
4.5 stars. Would you like to pay for the comprehensive detailed analysis package? It's only a steal at 5,000 gold.
Yeah. Yeah. We will help you how to improve it.
Yeah,
So
we will
kill
tell you how
even
to improve
us.
it. Yeah.
Excellent.
So you too can protect your infernal home from bands of adventurers or aggressive crusading paladins.
Yeah.
Or both. Why not both?
Well, both, yeah. Right.
¿Por qué no los dos?
Anyway, let's go take a break. And Vic, I know you're watching. Oh my God, thank you.
Yeah, it's fucking great, isn't it? Send it to
We
me
will see
too.
you guys after the break.
Also, I did change my.
And welcome back, everybody. It's okay, dude. I only just saw Kate
Shit's
do
changed for the second
swoosh.
half. Yeah. No, it's-
I just
it's like
came
the
in and wondered
Oscars.
why like everybody was in different positions on Zoom, and then I was like, oh, that's a really cool T-shirt. I actually really like that T-shirt.
Oh, thank you.
It's,
yeah,
it's
you were-
trash.
It's trash, but yeah, you were
I know
talking
it's
shit
trash, I
about
know
one of my
exactly.
favorite colors.
I know exactly.
Be proud
I know
of your
exactly
trash.
where it's
Oh,
from.
and
I know
thank you to
nothing
see
about
it
the
for your
law.
6-month subscription.
I
know.
see the sign too, so fuck it. I don't care if
Hey,
it's trash. It looks
Corbin.
great.
Good to see you, bro. You doing all right, mate?
So,
We are all trash here. It's fine.
Yeah.
Nice
Yeah.
prize
Well, I
points.
know the 3 youngest members of this D&D group are trash. Then there's the one that knows it in passing because he's been on the internet for long enough to know of it, and then there's 2 that have no fucking clue what we're dancing
and
around
it's
and are
better
being
that
polite.
way.
And
Better that way.
Rodrigo is
way.
absolutely correct. You
Yes.
don't want you know when they have those scenes where they in movies where they're like, Jimmy, you don't want no part of this, and Jimmy's like, but I really want to be part of it. No,
No.
Jimmy,
Trust us.
No.
trust us.
Yeah,
You
I will
not
keep those
want
brain
any
cells
part of
pure.
this.
Thank you very much. I know enough to know the cautionary tale. Anyway,
It's proper.
When we left
it's
off-
proper Zoomer shit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
No.
I would like to say millennial, but the super's a little bit
Are
too
you
young
even
for it.
old enough to be a millennial?
Yes.
Well, I am. Felicia is not. I am.
No, I am. 'Cause
I am a zoomer.
It
Fuck
is
it. I don't care anymore.
debatable, but it's technically until 98. You're if you're born 98 or later, you're Gen Z. But I'm 97, so
I
I'm
thought the
still a
cutoff was
millennial.
97.
I thought
No.
the cutoff was 96.
What I want to know is where
I
was
see. I
Gen
thought
Y?
millennial
'Cause
must
I'm
mean
Gen
you were
X.
born in 2000. No.
You're a
No,
whole
Okay.
that's a
letters ahead of
Zoomer.
me.
That's a Zoom. So it's my understanding is 81 to 96.
I'm born 96.
You
so,
are a millennial.
Yeah.
That would make the oldest of us 45 and the youngest of us 25.
So me and Simon are technically the same generation.
Yeah, you'd be millennials.
I was told I was Gen X because I was born
You
in 79.
are just on like.
You're born in 79, so you're Gen X. Yeah, you are Gen X.
Yeah.
If you're born in 79, you're Gen X. And then if you're born 97 to, I think it's 2000 and 10 something, you're then a Zoomer, and then from then onwards, you're the next generation. Something along
Question
those lines.
mark.
Interesting.
Question
Okay. Either way,
Either way, they all hate each other.
I don't give a shit
That's
about Ross
really
and Rachel,
weird.
so you can't make assumptions to me. Anyway,
We were on a break. Okay, sorry. What?
there are people here who don't
Here in
know what
Chaotic
that means,
Neutral, we
Kate.
discussed the
They
important
don't
things.
know. Anyway, when we left off, you guys were on one side of a trap that very, very carefully declared itself a trap. However, have found out that 2 panels ahead, there's a trap that does not declare that it's a trap until afterwards.
Okay, and I keep slapping the floor in front of me to see if there are any more.
Well, you managed to get over the obvious trap very easily because you have a climb speed. You climb along the wall, no problem.
How wide
Laurie,
is this tunnel?
You click your heels together. Say that there's no place like my dragon-infested
Slaver home.
Slave empire.
Slave
Yeah.
empire.
There's no place like my dragon-infested slave empire. There's no place like my dragon-infested slave empire.
And holding your skirt carefully, walk neatly up the wall and down the other side. So you're now between both traps. However, that does leave the remaining 3 of you. It's only a 5-foot leap, but it is a 5-foot leap.
I think you find that I'm going to do some bullshittery here.
Oh boy.
Bullshit.
Are you gonna turn into water?
Can I?
No, I'm expecting Farewell to fucking mess with time just to do a 5-foot leap.
No,
Can
I
I-
wasn't even going to do that, but go on, Corinne.
I was gonna say, can I just disable the trap for them?
No, I want to do my bullshittery, though.
If
Let me
you
do my
wish.
bullshittery. Let me do my bullshittery.
This is a very robust trap. It's very easy to spot, but very hard to disarm.
Well, I am me, so fuck you.
Try it.
I will let Fair will do his bullshittery first, because otherwise he
Thank
will
you.
cry. So
I won't cry. I'll be very upset with you, and and how would you ever live with yourself?
yeah, so go on, try your bullshittery, but if you die, it's on you.
Yeah, that's fair. So, I use my racial traits because I don't use those often enough, and I create water. I then use the cantrip shape water, and I shape it like a watery bridge. And then I use the other part of shape water, which is I turn it from a liquid into a solid and create an ice bridge. And I go do over the top.
I think this is
The rest
called
Just
of them
enough
complexity.
to cover a 5-foot square.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah. And I'm just
I
like,
think
over
this
the
is
top, and
called
I'm like,
complexity addiction.
"Ta-da!" Yeah, I mean, I could have probably turned into water and then snaked my way across, no problem. But then I was like, I love the idea of Farewell, who's learning to be a wizard and all this magical arcane
Wizard.
bullshittery, that suddenly goes, you know what? Let's have some fun. Let's make some shapes.
Yeah, you work out those lateral thinking muscles because they get more essential the more you go through the campaign. So yeah, sure. First trap is completely null and void as the remainder of you walk over carefully this ice bridge. The one in front of you, the second that Eclipse's hand went onto the panel, it got shot to buggery by a magic missile spell. Again, quite high tier, about tier 7 or 6 or 7. So, what would you like to do?
Can I disarm the trap?
The trap appears to be a completely contiguous stone slab. No glyphs. It's just a slab.
Is it like a pressure plate kind of thing?
Doesn't appear to be raised like the other one. Pressure pads tend to have just a very slight raise because you need to push down. This presumably had some other form of sensor.
Motion sensor. I use my mage hand and wave it, like instead of patting the ground, I wave it like back and forward.
It's fine.
Well, I mean, that mage hand is invisible, so if you're waving that around, I'm not sure.
Well, it reacted to it being patted on the ground.
Yeah,
So
that's a
what I'm
pressure
going
thing.
on. Yeah.
How long do we have to go?
From memory of the dream, not that far. In fact, it's probably about 25 foot down this corridor and turn a left.
Okay.
With my mage hand, because I know where I put it down earlier, I like feel around it to see where the safe area is, or if it's just like everywhere.
I mean, the slab goes from wall to wall. Do you pat it down?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing happens.
Was it a one-shot thing?
I might have a spell that helps, Corinne.
Yeah.
I've got.
Can I
shape
take a look
stone.
with like my
Felicia,
focus?
Nick was talking.
It's okay. It's okay. Don't. No one panic. Nobody panic.
Yes.
I do have stone shape. It will take up a 4th level spell.
Before you do, I'm gonna reach into my bag of rust and throw a furball on the ground.
roll for bag of
I'm
rust.
not
As you
sure.
do that,
I'm not
Felicia,
sure how I feel about the fact that you're
declared your action.
sacrificing small furry creatures.
Might not
to
be a
the
small
death
furry creature.
traps.
Yep.
I wanted to take a look with my focus,
Yep.
just see if there was anything magical.
Just
let's
go forward, my tiny minions. Sacrifice yourself for me.
Go forth and die!
It will literally be like, Pikachu, I choose you.
Can
Go
I-
through the minefield.
I would like a Jurassic Park quote, please, as I produce a little goat.
Oh no.
Such a good scene.
Send
What are
it
we
off.
going to do with the goat?
It's gonna eat the goat. Send the goat trotting down the corridor in front of us.
Cora, I must object about that morality of what you've done. I appreciate that's not technically
It's not
real.
real. It's not a real animal. It's just.
Feelings are
understand
real?
that, but it's
No.
it's still technically some kind of sentient being. And
It-
she just marched into a death trap.
We don't know it's a death trap. It might not be a trap.
I
Okay,
turned
what
I
other type of
physically
trap is it
turned
going to
Cora
be?
around, pointed towards
You want to
the
use
thing
up
that
all
says
your
that
spells
this is
before
a
we get to
trap.
potentially fight a djinn or those rock creatures. What do you think is better? Okay.
Not sacrificing
Goody.
creatures.
It's
I
not a
don't see the
creature.
issue
It's
here.
just it's a magical ball of fur. It's not
Yeah.
a real thing.
Okay, children, are you sitting comfortably? Then I shall begin.
Oh no, it begins.
Once upon a time, Glory looked through her opal and realized that the panel on the floor had already been triggered, which means that it's still charging up. It will take around about 3 hours to charge back up to the point where it can do that again, because it's such a bloody large spell. However, as she was doing this, the small halfling reached into a bag, pulled out a tribble and threw it on the floor, which unfolded itself in a way that kind of makes you feel like your eyes now have creases in them, and turned into not the smallest billy goat gruff, not the largest billy goat gruff, but the medium billy goat gruff. So the medium billy goat gruff went trip-trapping down the corridor, triggering no traps whatsoever. However, you're all watching this because you're all sadistic party members, at which point the following scene occurs. The goat gets to the end of the corridor, sees a larger space to its left, wonders if there'll be food there, and trip-traps its way in out of your sight. At which point you hear, "You summon me here, though I see no quarry, no asset, no bargain worthy of my attention."
Oh no.
Cora collapses on the ground in hysterics.
Oh no.
I think the djinn's just down there.
What sorcery is this?
Oh my god.
I want to go out of the way. I
want
want to go out of the way to say this is probably the stupidest fucking thing we've ever done.
Give us. Hold up,
there.
up, beer.
Up there.
I'm gonna say.
Really, Sonny? And I just run down.
Oh my god!
Oh god damn it. Somebody stop her asking about Jura!
She's gonna ask a damn question. She'll be like, "I'm so sorry. Are you
You haven't
okay?
even
I
done
didn't
the
mean to send
ritual
things.
yet."
Should I take the goat away? Oh my god! I hold person on her."
As she's running, I'm running after it. And then
can I-
spell.
Corinne, can I have a resist roll for whole person?
It's wisdom, right?
Yep.
I shall lazily walk
9.
behind them,
Nice.
entirely too amused by
Eclipse turns
this.
into a living statue about 5 foot away from the turn.
Wham!
Hold
as I
your
slam
horses.
into her. As I'm running behind her, and I'm like, someone makes a save. This never works on Eclipse. Why is Eclipse stopped? Thwap!
Just pick her up
What
and
level
carry her.
we are again? 13. We managed to get to 13 levels.
Yeah.
How?
Yeah.
How?
We never really had to do much fighting or much dungeon crawling. That's why.
Yeah.
We are stupid lucky. And then I just like get my
Yeah.
stand up and I've hands underneath like Eclipse's like armpits, and I'm very slowly dragging her backwards.
I'm gonna start working on the ritual.
Do I get to do a save every turn?
I think it's a save
It
every
lasts.
turn.
It lasts for a minute. Its concentration lasts for a minute. I can drop it at any time, really.
Oh, is it not a save every turn? Ooh.
It
What
might
does it
be.
say?
It is a concentration though that lasts, but
Does it
at the
say in
end
the
of each
spell
of their
they-
turns. So every 6
Oh,
seconds
yeah.
you can try.
Every
and
6
save.
seconds. Well, I'm going to go with Aiden because both Aiden and Glory said something. So, Aiden, you know that once you start chanting the ritual, she has to let you finish. That's the good thing.
What's
So-
the bad thing?
But the bad thing is that if you fuck it up, she'll tear both your arms off and make you eat them.
Cool.
It
That's
takes
weirdly
me...
specific, which makes gives me good feeling.
I like to give people a
Um,
range of possibilities.
It takes me about 21 seconds to break free.
Sure.
I've got hold
Glory, what do you do during this time?
I walk past the spectacle to take a look at this Djinn.
You can see again the naked, but not in any way appealing, almost mannequin-like, hard blue body, like kind of ice, slightly glittery, kind of a grey blue, only a hint of grey, mostly blue. The kind of like rough cut crystalline eyes, and the flowing locks of cloud-like hair. And by cloud-like hair, I don't mean it's hair that looks like clouds, it's clouds that look like hair. Except instead of standing impressively on her dais like she was in the dream, she's actually stepped down from the dais, is sat on one of the steps, and is petting the goat.
I'm gonna be walking behind Glory, so Glory's gonna walk in first, and I'm gonna be walking behind.
I've got a wriggling eclipse in my grasp.
And I'm going.
Do that.
I mean, you're gonna get like claws in your.
Yeah, I'm going to.
He's catching.
I've got a 21 AC. I'm good, bro.
As Glory, as Glory talks / flirts with the Djinn, I'm gonna be doing the chant and the ritual that makes it so she doesn't attack us.
Okay, so Glory, what do you say before the chanting starts?
Well.
As the chanting starts. She looks up and says, "Is this your pet?"
No.
Not mine. But we thought it might be a good idea to send something in first.
In case it got obliterated.
She looks at you and says, "That's very cold."
Oh, I've heard that before.
See?
As have I. I can hear you muttering that ritual. Finish it up, boy, and we will talk.
I let Eclipse go.
Yeah, I just let it rock.
You make your way into the same ritual chamber as you've seen before, arcane ritual rather than divine ritual, and sorry, Hermit's comic making me laugh.
Yeah.
She carries on petting the goat until the ritual is done, at which point she says, "You have bound me to 5 questions. After that, my will is my own."
I look at my party.
You did
Eclipse
it.
is vibrating.
You do the questions, Aiden.
All right, I'll shoot first. What's the most effective way to kill the Witch Queen?
Her.
Yes, her.
Well, she is hollow, flat. Use what adjective you will. She is only one thing now, and one thing only. It is everything that she is, and it is part of her power. As such, if you can somehow disrupt her bitterness, her hatred, her self-flagellation, she will become much more vulnerable to everything that happens to her. Unable to conjure the one sensation that has guided her into this form. The state that she was in when she was created fuels her mind, also her resistances, also her power. What little of it is left. She had far more under me. I've answered the question to those wise enough to understand.
Noted. I'm not gonna say anything, but I'm going to eye the rest of the party as in anything else.
You can talk amongst yourselves. You can even ask other people questions, unless you directly ask me a question. It doesn't count.
I gotta insight check that.
Why does she seek to create a demi-plane?
She seeks to create a demi-plane because she knows that a being of sufficient power is going to come to this plane of existence. He has visited briefly once before and somehow was thwarted. Once he returns, all those who would consider themselves displaced by him or threatened by him would fall into one of two camps. They'll either want to stop him, destroy him, because they know that everything he does will destroy their world. The others just wish to either protect themselves, if they believe that is possible, the hubris of so many, or they will seek to perform some great act that would recommend themselves in his new world order. This is what, well, both really, it's what the Witch Queen intends to do. She wishes to leap into the void, into a citadel that is made from souls harvested by her and by the things that she's left in this plane of existence, so that it can power her citadel for all time. She hopes that by doing this, one of two things will happen. Either she will be able to defend herself against this oncoming great entity, or through negotiations, through her simpering idiots, her fawning followers, she will be able to somehow allow herself to become a lieutenant in whatever forces he allows to exist in the hereafter.
I personally forgot what other questions were we considering.
I have other questions, but they're so personal.
Well, yeah, but Farewell, this is your story bit, so go for it. if you
Your
have
personal
something.
questions are great. Also, I am, for everybody's benefit, I am rolling wisdom saves after every question. If I get below a 5, be prepared.
We have 3 more questions, technically 2.
We have 2 more questions. Let's be smart, but yeah, her connection to the architect would be a good one, I think.
Ask it.
Out of character.
Yeah, do we put 2 and 2 together though?
Let's see if we
Yes.
get 4.
You can put it together all you like, whether or not it's
No, but
true. But
We put it together
let's-
like out of character. Do we put it together in character?
Yes,
must
we
admit-
have big enough brains. Aiden has
Yeah,
big
we're-
enough
I mean,
we're all-
brains.
you
we're all
do.
smart
I
enough.
don't think my character necessarily is. But you've got
between you all, you've been
circulate
kind
and a 19.
of, this has been a thing for you guys. I think, even if you're not the type of person who put 2 and 2 together immediately on the spot, I should imagine this has been some sort of conversation that's come up periodically throughout your travels.
Do we want to ask who this being is?
No,
No. Okay.
that's a useless question.
Got it.
Also, she said her name before.
It's someone right.
Lavara of the West Wind.
Okay. Well,
I'd say let Farewell ask the questions. He's the smartest one of us.
I
Oh,
don't know about
no.
that.
technically that's me, but sure.
Yes,
I was
technically
about
it's
to say-
Aiden.
Yeah,
I was gonna
Technically,
say,
but also it's
he
Farewell.
just acts intelligent.
Yeah.
Farewell acts
Hey.
intelligent. He writes a lot in a book to make himself look smart.
Fel has an intelligence of 18. Be nice. he's not that dumb.
He's pretty smart and I like him a lot.
Yeah.
2 more questions. 3 if you're feeling lucky.
No, I'm not feeling lucky. Oh, fuck off. Knew it. It was coming. It was coming.
Oh, you're a cruel person. Love it. Please type in
Thank
exclamation
you,
mark
Corbin.
D100.
Love you.
And I
You
need somebody else
realise
to look
that I
at
know
because
what
my
you
daughter still has
say.
my book because I haven't been able to get back.
I know
I'll
what
get
you
the
say.
book. I'll get the book.
I'm just bringing it up here. It's
Yeah.
a quick Google will bring it up. Okay, what?
14. Ooh.
14.
I got it.
14 is.
I got.
You cause confusion centered on yourself.
Oh, of course.
So
Fuck.
confusion is centered on farewell.
Yeah.
There is a save I have to make there.
Is it centered on you or is it just you?
Centered on you. So everybody
Centered on
within a
Oh, this is gonna end well.
10-foot radius sphere.
That's all
Which
of
is
you.
all of
Get,
us.
That's gotta be
get
literally all
rolling.
of
Get
us.
rolling.
What save are we making?
Wisdom.
Yep.
Piss.
23.
1.
23, saith the cleric.
How are you, Eclipse, making a wisdom save roll instead of just rolling the dice at the bottom here?
So
I
click
rolled a
the
1.
number.
Yeah,
So where
you click the
see
number.
plus whatever on the left hand side, you've got a little box that says saving throws.
Oh.
In there, it's got like int, whiz, charisma, where it's
So,
got
20.
plus
Well
whatever.
done.
Click that, and it will roll that for you.
Good to know.
So yeah,
Ooh.
20 for Cora.
I rolled a 1.
Same.
Yay.
So in theory, at some point you could always try and capture that and stick that into the overlay so that people can watch.
Sorry,
it.
I needed to read one of my magical things.
I
first.
think they're working on a way to because I have a extension that will cast that into Roll20.
Oh, yeah.
So
20.
that when you press the button, it automatically appears in the Roll20 chat as your roll. I think D&D Beyond are working on a way to do it so that it automatically appears either on your Twitch stream or in your Twitch chat.
There we go.
Which would be very
Okay, so I've got Eclipse and Iden. Did anyone else fail?
30-20. What was failing?
Hmm?
I didn't hear what the failing was.
No, I just need to know your result.
Oh, yeah. Well then.
I got 20.
Well, what is Fable spell say?
Okay, in that case, it's... No, it's not.
19 is my DC.
Farewell's not the one casting it. So, Eclipse and Iden, you suddenly feel that strange euphoria that you had described before. I would like you both to roll me a d10.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's D10.
Corbs, you've now given Simon the perfect opportunity to use up his new delirium
9.
system that he's been working on for a while and was a little sad that we destroyed.
No, I've had a delirium system for a long time. The last campaign I did of this, they went up against the Mark of Tharazun, and that did all sorts of lovely things. But this has a very specific table. So,
8.
Corinne, 8.
This creature is the same.
Oh,
one.
wow. Okay, so I guess I count that way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 being the goat.
Please let it be the goat.
Yeah, I'd like you to do...
remember-
Clips
with my-
obliterates the goat by sneak attacking it.
Also, remember, because it's my lash knife, which is a melee, so my melee range is 15 feet.
Oh, yeah.
Every
Yeah,
direction.
you're in range of everything right now because you just walked up there. She's petting the goat. Please attack Cora.
Oh dear, Cora's about to get sneak attacked for a shit ton.
Well, it's not. I'm not doing like advantage or anything. So at least like you're gonna get like a D4 plus
But
my
she's-
plus 5.
It
She's
is
not
sneak attack
expecting
because
it,
she's not expecting to be attacked
and you
by
have
an ally.
advantage
Why do I have advantage?
because she's not
Surprised.
expecting it. She's surprised.
Oh,
She has the surprise condition.
oh no! I am so sorry, Cora.
She's about to obliterate you in one shot.
I mean, gets me out of asking questions. She just goes, oh, that's fine.
Guess I'll die.
I'm really good. I've
22
got
to
dice.
hit.
Yeah, that
that's gotta
hits.
hit.
Yeah.
That's
That'll
gotta hit.
hit.
I mean, that hits
That'll
even
hit the
me.
warlock. Yes.
Yeah. I only have a 16 AC.
Okay.
I'm
And
so
then
glad I've got fucking
76.
diamonds.
Didn't
Oh,
think of
for
that.
once in your life,
There's
Corinne,
a
roll
cantrip.
like crap.
And a D4.
Nah, go for it.
Okay, that's actually quite a bad roll for me, so you were lucky
Oh,
there.
that's good.
24 plus 6. 30 points of damage.
Bad roll. Yes. Thank you.
Okay, so 30 points of damage on you, Cora, as you attack. I would like Rodrigo. What was your D10?
What the?
It was 9.
A 9. Yeah, you're feeling woozy, but otherwise fine. And you just watch as this lash knife goes and slashes across Cora, and there's this spray of blood on the floor.
Sarah, this is your fault.
I'm going to make a roll. That's 1. Let's see. What's your AC, Eclipse?
My AC is
Infinity.
18.
Okay.
Close enough.
In that case, I'd like you to make me a Constitution saving throw, please.
19.
19. Take 1 point of piercing damage. And you feel. Oh, actually, with disadvantage.
Oh dear.
Uh-oh.
Don't roll again.
Oh dear.
Uh-oh.
6.
Eclipse at risk.
6. Hey.
With a 6, you suddenly feel very sick as this rapier, about that big, buries itself into your neck, and Awen goes, "Stop it now!" And as she does that, she pumps the handle, and fey poison goes into your veins. You're poisoned for the next minute. If you had rolled 1 less, you would have fallen unconscious.
Holy shit.
I'm not choosing to do this. Well,
No, but you just attacked Cora, and Awen has to protect her.
Yeah, Awen zipped through the air invisibly and sneak attacked you in her style.
we do this at each of our start of our turns, so
So you can now try to resist the confusion, and so can I.
It's wisdom, right?
Incidentally, the Djinn looks on at the bloodshed and carries on stroking the goat.
Of course. You
No, she doesn't. The goat does a ram attack at Eclipse because it was summoned by Cora.
Knock her prone. Knock her prone.
Oh,
Knock her
man.
prone.
If you don't mind, I'm just gonna
Knock her prone.
quietly roll my
Strike
wisdom
goat's
save.
double attack. I love it. Is it a goat or a giant goat?
It's
Cora?
just a goat. I'm pretty sure.
Come on, Billy. You can do it, lad. You can do it.
Come on, goat.
Yeah,
was number
okay,
4,
so
yeah, it's not-
it's
it's not
gonna
a giant.
it's gonna do a charge attack.
It's that whole night.
Oh, 15 doesn't hit. Oh, damn it.
It's that whole Pirates of the Caribbean meme, isn't it? It's that you are by far the worst group of ventures I've ever heard of, and we're all like, "But you have
heard of me."
us."
In that case, yes, both of you can do a save.
11.
14.
Aiden, you haven't got out.
Of course I have.
Congratulations, Eclipse, you have.
I
Um,
go. Something happened. I'm not sure what happened. Oh no, Cora, are you okay?
A very pissed off sprite
Ow.
materializes in front of you and says, "You watch yourself, lady."
What happened?
And you get attacked by the goat again because the goat doesn't understand your explanation. And that is a 20 to hit.
Meh.
Meh.
Goat does not care.
Goat
I feel
does
like the
not
last
care.
hour of this session is just gonna be this clusterfuck.
Also,
Oh, yeah.
Aiden, at the start of your turn, you have to roll again on the confusion table to see what you
Oh, yeah.
do.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Which means the goats
Oh,
could
that's a
end up
9
having-
again.
Okay, so
9,
you can-
yeah, you're fine. You're just like, what the fuck?
I
Yeah,
feel
so
like someone's
Eclipse-
fucking with my brain again, and I don't like it.
Eclipse takes 10 bludgeoning damage and must do a strength saving throw as it smashes you in the kneecaps.
17.
Yes, you don't go prone, but a very fast and very angry goat has just bounced off your knees.
Why are you so angry, goat? Go be nice. Be nice.
It's pissed at you. The Djinn is looking slightly perturbed because she was patting that goat. Thank you very much.
I kneel down near Cora and I'm like, "You all right?"
Yes, but that was unexpected.
Do you know what it's like around us? The magic gets very weird around us at the worst opportunities.
Yeah.
And I put a hand on his shoulder and I cast Cure Wounds at a 4th level.
Sure.
Someone's gonna finish asking questions.
Once it's all quiet.
Aiden, roll to resist again. And because Cora hasn't called the goat off, it's going to take one more swipe at Eclipse. That's an 18 on the dice plus 3. That's 21 to hit. Another strength saving throw from you, Eclipse.
That's
gonna
a
get you.
20. That's a 20.
Yeah,
That's
so
one.
you shake it off. What did you get, Eclipse?
9.
9. Yeah, you're on your ass, and you have taken
I'm taking a lot of damage from this fucking goat.
9 points of damage. Goat don't give a shit.
You know what?
Most
I'm just
dangerous
letting the
enemy
goat go.
It's so far.
I walk over to the Djinn, and as this is all going on, and I'm like, "You get used to it."
I will kill the goat if it keeps attacking me.
Well, I've been healed something, but what was it?
26.
26. Okay. So now that I'm healed, I will call off the goat or call the goat over.
The goat gives a
single-handedly TPKs the party. Infinite goat.
Please look at the artist room.
He's gonna eat the goat. No, the goat's gonna destroy you.
The goat just stands there and looks at Eclipse, and he's got that look in his eyes like peace was never
an option.
Vic, that's perfect.
I mean, is it wrong though?
No, I did not at all.
The goat, now it's been commanded to by Cora, gives a huff of derision as this, the sweaty goat's breath shoots from its nostrils in your prone face, and walks away, kind of mic dropping on you as it goes past.
Because you're sitting there super confused.
You're lying on the floor going, how the fuck did that happen?
I don't know what happened.
Just beat me.
I don't know what happened. What I know is that someone fucked with my brain, and every time someone does that, they owe me 5 gold pieces.
Glory, why was a goat attacking
Don't
me?
ask a question.
I'm asking Glory.
No questions.
Once again, unless you
you
address
look
me
over at
directly,
Cora, who's
it
hugging
doesn't
the
count.
I'll be honest, I don't fucking
she's
believe you.
covered in
Fair, we'll
blood.
just ask whatever you need to ask.
Cora sat there going, "Poor goat, terrible poor goat. You're so traumatic life that you must have." And it's got like blood on its horns, and it's like its eyes have turned like fully red. It's like tasted blood now. It can never be the same again.
Yeah, no, like it just goes meh. But what it's saying is that it's saying, I will be here I was here when the first star was born, and I will be here when the last star dies out in the sky.
Yes, I am that goat. But yeah, for the goat's had a pretty good time. It's only existed for about 10 minutes. It's had 2 sets of strokes, and it's got to fuck shit up. It's a good day to be a goat. All it needs to do now is eat a
probably
lot
just
and
sat there
sleep.
going, "Do you want to fight me? Do you want to catch these hands?"
You can see there's a pensive look on the Djinn's face, and she stretches her fingers out towards the goat for a second and then kind of thinks better of it. And she says, and if you know anything about Djinns in 5th edition, I was tempted. She says, anyway, I believe you had other questions.
You have the floor.
I really, really did have other questions, and just all of that, just
Also, just out of character, keeping tally, we have only asked 2 questions so far.
You've
before
only
this
asked 2
nonsense.
questions.
Okay, thank you. I was keeping track, but then all of this happened.
There.
Just. One moment. And Farrell just walks away, goes and walks over to a wall, puts his forehead against the wall, and you just hear this sound of crashing waves as he just starts like screaming into the wall in primordial. It's just like, I can't remember what I wanted to ask. It's all gone out of my head, and all I can think of is fucking killer goats and crazy cats. And...
The Djinn does go, I haven't heard that swear word in a very long time.
It's a
Yeah.
classic.
You okay there, buddy?
I feel much better now. I found that it's very cathartic to do this. It's good for me. It's good.
I mean, I personally go for like sitting in the shower for like 30 minutes straight crying while still fully clothed, but you do you.
That's deeply unhealthy, and we're going to work on that, but not right now. Not right now. Now is not the
I
appropriate
mean,
time.
just have sex. No.
Why do you make this so difficult?
Incidentally, the Djinn is fascinated. If she can conjure popcorn right now, she does no creation.
This is the
but
most
she-
interesting fucking gang of chancers that she hasn't met in a long fucking time.
She got
You do
ripped from another
realise-
plane of existence to this place. This tribute, this place that was carved by hand by one of her adoring followers, so that she could be called easily without having to use any plane shift or anything like that to this plane of existence, so that she could continue the business that all Djinns love to do. And the people who have come in have been like a cross between Jehovah's Witnesses and clowns. She's loving it.
Hey, you know
do
what they
realise we're all
say.
supposed to be professionals, right?
You know what they
We
say.
are.
When in the circus, expect clowns.
Just
What's a clown? Is it like a jester?
It's what you are, Daddy.
oh, just your life experiences are not analogous to ours.
Awen goes, we need to put that on a sign. It's how do you spell analogous?
Well, you
Not
can say
now.
your experience are not universal.
Your experiences are not universal.
I prefer mine. I go back to
Okay.
my wall.
I genuinely forgot what we were going to ask.
Go back to my wall for a minute.
It's Farewell who's supposed to ask like some personal questions and also see if she's connected to the architect. I mean, if you guys don't ask anything in a minute, Eclipse will fail her thing, and she will ask about the
Okay.
No, you said you're only going to roll after each question, so you only get a certain number.
We still have two.
Okay.
We still have 2 questions left, so I guess it's safe if Eclipse just blurts
Not when,
out about the
not when
Hargador
she
there.
says
What?
it after the 4th question. It doesn't.
That's true.
What? I'm fucking trying to ask. Yeah, there's Farewell trying to ask a question, and there's everybody else in the background arguing amongst themselves. No one can hear him, and he's just like, "Fuck." Okay. What is the Witch Queen's relationship with the architect?
Thank you.
She has none other than her natural auspice allows her to see the future better than most, actually. It's one of the few powers that she was born with that got stronger when she left. She saw what happened when he came, and she can see his coming. Other than that, of course, she's terrified of him, has no relationship with him, but she would like a favorable one.
She would.
And yes, River, I am assuredly creating my own tantrum hole in the side of the wall.
This hole was made for you.
Yeah. It is my hole. There are many like it, but this one is
This one's
mine.
yours. This one's yours.
Farewell's panic hole. Pop
Yeah.
1.
And Farrell's rage hole. Please insert head into hole when party begins to upset you too much.
That would be way too often, though.
Okay.
May I ask a question? And if you wish, I will give some form of payment.
Sure.
By the way, Simon,
She conjures. Go on.
I asked to roll for insight a million years ago, and I never got to. Can I do that? please?
Yep, roll for it. What was it you wanted to know? You wanted to know if she was genuine.
Which is lying. Yeah, she was
Yeah.
genuine. Yeah. That's cocked. That's cocked as well. What the hell?
You've got like
Nine.
you've got like a dice tray that's like the size of a football pitch, man. Stop throwing it down there.
Listen, I will explain later.
Uh-huh.
15.
15. You believe that she's telling the truth.
Okay,
She
that's all I wanted to know.
She conjures a vial in the air, uncaps it, and blows into it. And as she blows into it, there's this swirl of energy inside, and she caps it. That should do. Your blood hunter friend there should be able to tell you that I cannot utter a lie whilst under the confines of the spell. This will restore arcane energy to the one who breathes in it. To what I believe your arcanists call the third circle. Clink. She puts it on the floor in front of her. What is your stake with the Witch Queen? Tell me the answer truthfully, and the vial is yours.
She stole my family and everybody I care for.
Those are the souls I see. Please, take it.
I
Pick it up.
yeah.
You have effectively a mana potion. It will restore up to 3 levels of spells. So it can be 3 1s, a 2 and a 1, or a 3.
I pass it to Glory.
Nice.
Because that's what she needs is more broken
Thank
spells.
you.
Of
Yeah,
course, of
basically.
course.
If anything, I'm going to load up the
Glass
glass
cannon, here's an
and-
extra shot.
and just be like, go nuts. It's an extra fireball.
It sure is.
It's an extra. I can instantly make all of my old problems go away. Sure, I have new problems, but all my old ones are gone.
These are
What
squeaky,
new
new,
problems?
clean ones.
Yeah, these are squeaky new problems.
These ones scream.
Yeah.
So yeah, you have done 3 questions. You have a 4th.
I made my save, by the way, so we only have to worry about 1 more.
Does she have the means and ability to free those that I hunt for?
I need you to specify. Does she have the needs and ability to release your family?
Yes.
Is that your question?
Yes.
She can release the souls if you can somehow get through to her, although she is quite insane in her emotional eternal tantrum. She would be able to release the souls. Better to speak to her advisors than her.
Question, Simon. I don't know if I misheard. Did she say maternal?
Eternal
Eternal. Okay.
tantrum.
Okay.
It's all right. I thought I heard maternal, and then I was like, I'll wait until later to check.
Yeah.
Good, by the way.
But I ever say that word, get scared. But the
Yeah. Maternal tantrum.
a greater undead has given birth to a child. Oh yay!
Uh-oh.
Champagne.
Uh-oh.
So-
Rosemary's Baby, let's go.
So yeah, you yeah, she says yes, she would be able to release the souls. I dare say that she hasn't kept their bodies in very good condition, but you could have them go to the cascade, I suppose. But then they're not dead. So it would seem a little cruel to send them there. However, they have no bodies. A tricky conundrum, though.
Not an impossible one.
Now that kind of thinking I respect.
Just make bodies.
Thanks for your
It's
input.
not the
Farewell
hardest
is,
magical
Farewell is a
thing we-
disgustingly good necromancer at the moment. Some of the stuff he can do is genuinely worrying.
If only that whole village hadn't murdered themselves and just left their souls and left the bodies for you. That would be nice.
I was laughing because I was like, if I was playing Farewell completely differently, and like
We'd
had-
have
had
an
gone-
army.
I could have probably over the course of a couple of days genuinely created an undead horde to follow us around.
A whole chorus line. I mean, the entire Thriller
Yeah.
dance troupe. I mean,
Yeah.
we're talking-
Oh, are you kidding? That would literally be the first thing I did with them. I'd be all right. All right, line up. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun.
All right. So
That would be 5
after
days
that-
out of the whole tour is just learning the routine. No, again, do it again. You missed
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Frank,
Look-
come
Oh,
on.
they will learn it and do it according to his specific instructions. However, he wants to get it so that they're feeling it.
Yeah. And the thing is, it's got to snap as well. There's got to be a little bit of pop in there.
Yeah.
So once
I've been
again,
in one
from the
dance
top,
musical, never
5,
ever
6,
again.
7, 8.
after Farewell asks his last question, I go, thanks so much for your input. I'm sorry again for the mess. I think we'll be taking our leave now.
Well, you do get the interesting final bargain, don't you? I assume that you're not going to ask another question.
I think we're good, thank you.
Very well. She waves her hand, and a wisp of cloud rolls over the dais, leaving a scroll there. Contract trading you the final question back to me so that I don't have to have that hanging over me. In return, I shall not declare any war or harm upon you unless you do something against me.
This is not a question. This is a request in line with what you're asking in terms of the contract. As we are now entering into a separate thing.
I shall, in good faith, ask you not to ask me a question. That will be the 5th question. Instead, command me to tell you it.
Okay. I command you to define what you mean act against you.
If you attempt any harm on me or to destroy any of my property, for example, this facility, then I will be able to visit harm on you. However, if you do not do this, I will. And don't worry, yes, you defeated the traps. It's a trial. It's a bit of fun that we had when we sat down and thought this place up. Don't worry.
Yeah, my compliments to the trap guy, the one with the
He
spikes.
was
and the
wonderful,
acid.
was he not?
Yeah, that was really good.
I miss him so. He died.
I command you to tell me how many people died.
23, I believe.
Oh, yes.
I was close.
Yeah, you're not far off.
Yes.
So you can either trade back the question knowing full well that you can walk away with no reprisal from me, or I may have to seek for you to compel me to give you to give me the question. I don't like a debt.
still being honest.
As you say, I can't lie. I can admit, I can tell you an answer in riddles, and that's about it. I'm sorry, I know that my kind are known for being duplicitous, for weaving words even when we're compelled to tell the truth, so that you misunderstand the truth that I'm telling you. But I have had good dealings in this chamber. I'd like that to continue.
Right.
And you've been somewhat, I'm not sure if you've been respectful or not, but you have been entertaining.
You know what? I think we'll take that.
Yeah.
Sure.
We'll take that one.
Very well.
I have a question I want to ask. I cannot ask it. This is terrible.
I
We
feel
call
like
silence on her.
If you ask the question, you chance whether or not I will visit any wrath upon you, or
You can
kill you
actually
just
see
out
the
of.
veins on like Eclipse's head just like swell.
I
and
feel like
bulge.
steam is coming over
Yeah.
like Eclipse's head, or like like she's overheating.
Yes, she's
Once you have-
vibrating.
Once you've traded your question back to me, there's no reason why we can't broker another deal if you do want to ask that question after that. But if you ask it now before the contract is signed by you all, then I will be free to do whatever I want. And you'll just have to hope that I find you entertaining enough not to find other entertainment with you.
Can I command you to tell us if you're gonna kill us if I ask the other question?
You've just asked a question.
No, I said I can.
Can I?
Yeah. Oh God damn it!
You Eclipse.
It was going to happen. It was going to happen.
At least it
No,
wasn't
no,
about the
I
bloody
can't
heart of Juradan.
Command.
No.
And
No,
I ask.
my actual question is, what do you know of the heart of Jordan?
You've already asked one question.
What do you know of the heart of Jordan?
Oh, Eclipse.
For Simon's sake, what was the first question you asked? You said, "Can I?" Blah 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 blah. What was it?
Can
Can
I
I
command?
Can
I command you to tell me what
And I
you know about-
command you.
In answer to your question, you can command me by using the phrasing to tell you about the heart of Juradan, but I do not have to comply unless it's a question. I have now answered your fifth question.
No, it was not my
If she was going to kill her.
what I was asking is, can I command you to ask? Can I
Can
you
to tell us if you're going to kill us if I ask another question?
Yes.
I mean,
That's
basically,
exactly what she said.
yeah.
I was trying to be polite. That was me speaking. Trying to be
yeah,
polite.
yeah.
Well,
Well, you know,
Fortunately, she's a Djinn and
Mistakes get
jumped
made.
on the wording,
Boom.
and she says, "Our contract is complete.
Fuck.
I no longer have to tell you the truth, unless, of course, I am contracted to say so.
What do you know about the heart of Jordan?
Absolutely nothing.
Are you gonna kill us now?
No, but I don't
Go-
have to tell
Hermit,
the truth.
thank you for the 100 biddies. We need that.
We fucking need it. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
I'll tell you
No,
what,
but
how
I
about,
don't
how
have
about
to
a
tell the
deal?
truth.
We leave and the goat stays.
We both know the goat will be gone soon. I can see its thread disappearing.
Yeah, but it's like a good 5 minutes of you having something to pet, and then we just fuck off.
When my kind are made, they're
I'm backing
completely
away, by the way.
devoid of any form of emotion.
Just take a couple of steps backwards.
Yeah,
I'm leaving. I'm out of here. Like, we've done our thing. I'm
I-
gone.
I think.
Well, I think if we leave in the middle of her speech, she's gonna be very pissed. So Eclipse is
I'm walking away with
staying.
my... Not turning my back to her. I'm just...
Okay.
backing
As you're
up so I
backing
have
up,
a
she
nice
says,
distance.
when my kind are created, we are devoid of all emotion. When we bond, as I had done with her, we get to feel the emotion vicariously through our host. as such, we start to develop a personality. It is why we do this. Well, that and our games. And what little emotion that I have learnt to have, to mimic, who's to know, is amused at you all. I do hope that your tomfoolery here has been, well, I hope it doesn't get in the way when you're speaking to her. She is vicious and direct. But now, you passed the trial to get here. You seem to have shown appreciation even for this place. You have given me a most interesting day. And you might rid me of one of my past toxic relationships. I'm quite happy for you to leave. Quite happy.
So then we shall take our leave.
Do you want to come and join on taking her out?
No.
Okay.
I consider that level of investment to her more than she deserves. My kind are, if you'll pardon my bluster, too important to get rid of rats. However, we are in the nature of making deals. I shall give you one potential deal. Being that you were going to take the other before you were so rudely robbed of the option.
I was
She
trying
gestures-
to be polite.
She gestures with a kind of cold smile, and the one scroll evaporates and is replaced by another scroll. If you allow me to witness her destruction, I shall give you some small aid. I will not give her my attention, but you, my fine jesters, are worthy of a small boon. When you read it, it says that it will empower you in your fight against the Witch Queen. When you fight her, as long as you consent to your senses being shared with the Djinn, so that she can see the death of the Witch Queen through your eyes, hear the sounds with your ears,
Boy.
and so on, for all 5 senses, she will empower you. And looking at the type of empowerment, we are talking 3d8 temporary hit points on top.
For how long? Like, does it specify for how long she's gonna like share our senses and like watch through us
For
gonna
the
say-
for the battle, basically.
for the battle? Okay.
And it'll only kick in as we fight her.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
However, the way that it's written, if you were to run away and come back again, it would happen again and again and again, as long as you
Yeah.
survived.
It's-
Whenever you
until we
fight the Witch
killed her.
Queen, you will get 3d8 temporary hit points if she's allowed to watch through her TV.
I mean, I don't see any trouble with it. Cora already got a TV on her, so
It's a small request and a small reward.
yeah,
Yeah, Cora by this point has turned into Netflix.
yeah.
I mean, the weird shit we go through is very much a soap opera for the Fae.
Oh,
Yeah.
Could you imagine, like, we're their favorite channel to watch? Like, they tune in, like,
It's-
for them, like, the equivalent of every Friday night, they just all sit down and just watch us chuckle fucks.
But with the
Live
chuckle
our
flux,
lives.
exactly. It's like,
Secretly-
everyone want to laugh. Oh, let's go watch the chuckle flux again.
Yeah,
Se-
someone
secretly
runs into
her-
the courtroom. Is it good? There's a goat involved. Okay, hang on. Let me dial it back.
So secretly, Hermit is the Summer King because he's always watching.
They would just sit there and
Yeah.
everybody's just like, well, we all guessed it would be eclipsed, but we didn't guess that that was the question.
Nope.
No, those writers are so good. They come up with such interesting
What a twist and turn.
storylines.
Yeah.
Such a-
Yeah, in
such
the
a
summer
twist and
court, the
turn.
Summer King goes, pay up, and everyone's like,
And everyone thought that the goat was going to die, but it didn't. It actually nearly killed Eclipse instead. It was like, wow, didn't see that one coming. Yeah.
okay, do you take the contract?
Can I do an investigation check on the contract to see if there's any like small print?
Yep, that would be an intelligent. Actually, yeah, good. A straight investigation check will be fine. Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Investigation is the skill for this kind of thing.
Revisa
Pouring through
presenta
details.
La
24.
Benefactora todos los viernes en la noche.
24.
24. Yeah, looks. As far as you know, contracts, and you had like writs for tax collectors and things like that. Yeah, seems fairly sound.
Secret. Oh, yeah. I have now outed Hermit as the Summer King. So.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, I turn to Farewell. It's like it seems pretty good.
Yeah.
I am trying to cultivate a reputation for being a being of my word, and
I also feel like if I sign this, it's much less chance that she's actually gonna kill us. So. Yeah, Eclipse will sign it.
I'm afraid it requires you all.
Yeah, I'm afraid I'll have to decline.
Same
Why
here.
though?
As would I.
Why? It gives us, and she won't kill us.
Because
She
my
suddenly won't kill.
senses are not for
She's
sale.
not going to kill us anyway.
Or borrowing. Unfortunately,
particular to
it's
making-
part of culture.
Not particular in making deals with extraplanar deities.
It's also
and
part of your culture to own people, so I don't see you don't really have anything to say there.
I am also not particular with someone or something taking residence inside my head.
I quite
He
understand.
said,
She gestures, and the scroll disappears. The contract is not fulfilled.
thank you for your offer, though. That was very kind.
Appreciate it.
You're most welcome. And now, unless there's anything else you wish to discuss, you
No,
may
I
take your
think-
leave.
Thank you.
Well,
I hope you have
there
yourself
is
a lovely
the
evening.
small issue of the folks outside.
Yeah, there's a bunch of.
Oh yeah.
Oh, are they still there? Troublesome things.
Yeah, they're going to
Yeah,
try and kill us when we leave.
Yeah,
you
'cause
want
they
to do
want
something
us-
about that?
I was
Uh,
gonna suggest we.
why would they
just-
kill you? They have a problem with me.
Yeah, because they wanted us to destroy one of the glyphs, and if we
They tried to
didn't-
get you to destroy the ward. I completely understand.
Yeah.
Would wind walking away from them be suitable? I'm afraid they are incapable of.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
no problem, no
That
problem at all.
sounds good.
Then, by verbal contract, I hereby bestow upon you for the payment that you've shown to me of your good gracious, you're being good guests, and informing me of the treacherous nature of the Galeb Dur, that I bestow upon you the passage of wind, and you do feel yourself float about. You start to float. You are under the wind walk spell.
Nice.
Thank you
This
very
is
much.
Thank you. I think this is the equivalent of her calling an Uber for us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Very much.
it's like it's the morning after, and she's just like, "God, are you guys still here?"
I mean, my
You're
idea
muted,
was
Kate,
just
you're
to
muted.
teleport to where we parked the
So-
caravan and
same
then
thing.
leave. But, you know,
It's true.
This saves the spell slot.
it does save a spell slot, so let's go.
Yeah, let's get that out of here. Bye.
She walks up to the dais, strikes a pose, and then disappears as a lightning bolt hits the dais, and a whiff of ozone fills the air.
Ooh, classical.
Nice.
Yeah,
I mean-
she knows how to make an entrance and exit.
I mean,
Yeah.
Question:
usually-
does the caravan count as an associated object?
Depends on the spell.
I'm thinking for teleportation.
I'd have to check.
Considering my magic is currently being used to create most of the magic in it. I should be associated to it by now. I've left my mark.
It's possible. I'll look into it for you.
Mhm.
And yes, absolutely a Djinn dab of if you can if you can plane a shift and leave behind a lightning bolt, you absolutely do so.
So what I want to imagine is that, of course, the lightning hits, she dabs, and as the lightning hits, the lighting effect is base boosted. Like it's crunchy.
Well, let's see about getting out of those two things away.
This exchange has been quite tiring, yes.
Hey, it's exceeded all my expectations.
Same here, honestly. I did not expect it to go this way.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Maybe we
Oh
should
no,
do
hang
the-
on. Sorry. Yeah, Windwalk. You all assume gaseous form. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You
A cat-shaped cloud.
you
Yes.
are resistant to damage of non-magical weapons, and you have a flying speed of 300 foot.
Oh shit!
Yeah. There's
Cloud.
a cloud. There's a cloud that's got little cat ears and a little cat tail.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was
Yes.
thinking as well.
And that
How?
means there's
Sorry. Carry on.
and there's obviously one then with tiefling horns and a tiefling tail
Yes.
that floats away.
By the way, you can take the dash
And
action,
one
so
that is
technically you can go
permanently
600 foot in
raining.
a single turn.
I can triple dash, so 900
No,
foot.
you cannot.
You
while
can't
living
in this
awesome.
form. The only
Oh.
action you can take is a singular dash action. So you can
Oh.
either go 300 foot a minute or 600 foot a minute in this form.
Oh, I can't do a bonus dash action.
I float off back to the caravan. I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
where we're going.
Yeah, it's like unfortunately we can't like dash like for ages to get to where we want to go because we got to get to the caravan. So it's like,
Yeah.
oh.
Yeah, but we like the
Clouds.
caravan.
No, I
In a
know, but
single
like
round.
I like
we
the
could have
caravan.
we could have gotten really far if we needed to, like in however long we needed.
Yeah,
we had
yeah,
that
yeah.
thing.
In a single round, you get back to the caravan.
Wow,
And-
wow.
Outside this facility, was it 4? Yes. 4 wisps of cloud go zip, 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 zip out of the door and up and out of the quarry. The door slowly goes and closes. And in Terran, not that any of you can hear it anymore, you hear oh fuck, not again. And that is the Djinns tribute. So
This episode.
I hope you got from it what you wished.
Well, we didn't
Um,
die, so you know.
You
That's a
did get the Djinns' advice on the weakness of the Queen.
Yeah, we just have to figure out how to do that.
Yeah.
Sorry,
What
I just
she
don't
is,
know how to do it.
and I'm going to reiterate this because there was a lot of stuff that happened in between.
Yeah.
What she is in control of her power, in control of her resistances, all of that. If you end up taking some of that away from her, her bitterness, her anger, her hatred, her self-hatred, led by fear, if you can take that away from her somehow, she becomes less. So with that riddle laid at your feet, we're going to finish up for today. So a big thank you to Felicia, Kate, Rodrigo, Nick, and Corinne for their story today. And as always, I am Simon, and it's my pleasure to be your DM. However, coming up, we are going to have other people and other games. So we recently had a reshuffle of some of the players, and we now have 4 players for Blades in the Dark, which will be starting next Tuesday.
Yeet.
So that will be session 1 of, what are you calling the campaign now?
City of Ghosts and Broken Dreams. I might shorten it to something else once we have a crew type, but that's
I like it. It's fine. So we will be playing Blades in the Dark, and by that I mean I'll be a player once a week. Yeah. So on
Yay.
stream. And so yeah, I'll be producing and playing in the same way that Kate does for the Benefactor, and Rodrigo will be DMing. I can reveal that the players will be Mike here from Oxfordshire. He's been my DM for many years now, and he made quite a debut in Discord. So thank you for welcoming him. He's been a tireless forever DM for such a long time, and it's great to see him playing a game. We also will have
Lady
Kev,
Alexandra.
well, I'll get to that in a second. We will have Kev, aka Blue Kev, who's done some art for us before, has been turned up in the art room, and will be the second Salvadorian that we will have on the
Finally.
channel. So yes,
I'm not alone.
your conquest is happening slowly. A Salvadorian every 2 years. That's the rule now.
Yeah. 3 years.
And the final player will be Kat. They are a fantastic artist and actually an animator. They were Lady Alexandra of Meridia in a previous Alleria game as well. So I'm really looking forward to seeing them again, both in the game and for the first time on stream.
Anyway.
Yeah, it's going to be good times. We also have Ed, who's rounding off the last of the art for Numenera. So that will be starting on Mondays. And this weekend, because I'm still isolated, damn it, I will be using my weekend to good use by finishing off the last part of Lancer. So we'll be throwing things into the chat. We'll be throwing hype in various places because there's not many Lancer games streamed. So we will be making sure that anybody who loves Lancer can pop in as well. So we might have some more people on chat. And when they come in, please make them feel welcome. But until then, we are going to say goodnight. And as usual, we are going to raid. So we'll find somebody to raid after the credits. But until then, good night.
Night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.